V in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures little changed at this point. We came back from a negative start. When I sat down this morning, we were in negative territory, a little bit more negativity coming from earnings this morning. We had a number of companies that reported a little bit worse off than we've seen over the past couple of days. Anyways, the NASDAQ coming off another all-time high close yesterday. All U.S. markets higher for the fourth session in a row. We had the jobless claims number worse than expected out from last week this morning. We'll touch on that coming up. Unlike Monday and Tuesday when we saw tech stocks leading the way for the overall market yesterday, it was more the industrials. We had banks higher yesterday, strength from the banking sector, and tech was lagging a bit. We are seeing some of the tech names back to the upside a little bit this morning. Streaming video device maker Roku shares trading lower this morning after earnings after market yesterday. We have Etsy to get through this morning. They reported, also Fastly reported just a few minutes ago, in fact, and also high-end speaker maker Sonos also with earnings. We'll touch on all of those coming up. It is Thursday, August 6, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. All right, guys, we have our economic calendar we're looking at right now. We had a little bit of technical issue this morning, so we're working through it at the moment, but let me grab our quote board and we can have a look at Asian markets. We'll throw this into full screen. There we go. You can see a little bit of a mixed session for APAC region markets from the overnight session. Both Chinese markets here, Hang Seng and Shanghai to the downside. We will not shift over to Europe, but you can also have a look at European markets trading a little bit to the downside this morning. You can see in negative territory for the most part, and North America also following suit. As I mentioned, we are back to positive territory for the most part. The S&P break even at the moment. The Dow, the NASDAQ here both in positive territory. The TSX in positive territory, but just Brazil's open trading higher. We have Bitcoin in positive territory, crude oil and gold also to the upside this morning. Guys, we have a busy morning to say the least. Our dear friend Valeria is off today. She is sick, so we're having to do double duty in many ways. Valeria, we hope you're feeling better for tomorrow. But lots to get through this morning, guys. Earnings leading the market, it seems again. We've had a bit of a mixed bag so far to this point, but a little bit of positivity coming here in the last few minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean, the jobs numbers seem to give a bit of a bump. Initial jobless claims a little bit lower than expected there, but really it's about these earnings, the tech ones that are coming through. We had Etsy, Fastly, and certainly I think Roku as well, of course, and you're seeing them all trade to the downside. They're all high risers. You can see the daily chart. They've all been moving to the upside. You see Fastly here still continuing down. It's now down 17%. So it feels like we're pulling at the strings of the market, and it looked like it was going to be down, and this is the reason, despite good earnings almost across the board by some of those techs. It seems like the sellers just simply want to come in. They're all high risers, and when you sandbag a little bit on those estimates and then come out with beats, it doesn't necessarily mean that the market's going to reward you, and I think that's a theme we're going to be seeing following today.
Yeah, no, Fastly was a name that we wanted to look at for sure. Big one. Obviously, they're tied to TikTok, so that's why that stock came down. They had way better earnings than expected, but they have too much percentage of their business tied to TikTok. So with some uncertainty there, that's why Fastly is going down. Sonos, Etsy, a couple other high flyers reporting as well. Roku reporting. Brendan, to say that there's not enough names today would be a misnomer. There's lots to trade today, including some of the Carnival airline spaces with a $25 billion payroll extension as well for those companies. So it's going to be a good one. And yeah, we miss you, Valeria. She's feeling fine. She'll be back hopefully tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, we'll get through today without Miss V, but hope she's feeling better. We have lots to say the least earnings to get to this morning. This is why, guys, if we can throw up my screen, I just wanted to show this number. This is why I had the economic calendar up to start with here. The initial jobless claims number out this morning from last week. This number is actually a little bit better than expected. I mean, it's still 1.1 million. However, they revised the prior to the upside, so 1.4 million. From last week, it was 1.4 million expected as well. So still not good, to say the least, on the employment front in the U.S. A lot of people still filing for jobless claims. Let's jump right into, actually, let's have a look at what is coming up later in the show this morning, guys. We have another great educational video for you. This one is how to make a living in the first hour of the day. We're talking all about the open, how you can trade the open and still possibly have a full-time job to go to after that. So great education content coming your way a little bit later on. Let's jump into what is moving around this morning, guys. We have the first one to get into here, Sonos. I want to talk about, I mean, this thing has been just amazing over the past couple of months, more than doubled since May. So we're maybe seeing a little bit of profit taking this morning for the most part. The report was good. They did kind of warn to further possible negative pressures coming from the pandemic and store closures and just uncertainty when it comes to getting their actual brick and mortar stores reopened. But the report itself beat right across the board.
Yeah, I mean, you said yourself there, profit taking. I think it's always good to look at. This is going to be a big time theme today. You look at the daily charts of some of these earnings that have come through and some of these sell-offs, but you sort of look at what's happened since May. Sonos jumping up 100% just from the beginning of May there. So this is, yes, down 11%, and I'm looking at this level right here. Sometimes you look at those post-market trades and then find like a level like this, 1570. Tried to get back at about 415 a couple of times, rounding out to that level and failing, and you're seeing the same thing happen in the pre-market right now. So I like this 1570 area as a bit of a fade. If there's going to be a break back to the upside to fill some of the gap, I think it's going to be through that price. Otherwise, failure to get through there, and I'll be a seller below 1570 on SONO. Just worth keeping in mind, of course, down 11%. That means short sell restricted today. Can't hit that bid without an uptick, but we can still get short. Just have to make sure we adhere to that uptick rule.
Yeah, Sonos, I mean, continuing to go. They have their speakers now in IKEA. We talked about that. Those are a little lower grade speakers than what we're expecting from the higher end Sonos can produce. Not that they're super high end speakers by any stretch of the imagination, but here we go, 11.83% down. Yeah, I mean, let's just wait to see what happens. I like to go short through 15 because that's like a number that makes sense to me. But again, it needs to get going here. We need to break at least, if we can get back to the upside, that'd be great. You're down 12% right now. I like 15.20 on the break to the downside, but there's better trades out there today than Sonos. I still think the report wasn't that bad. Like we said, probably profit taking. So if anything, I'm actually looking for a 16 break to go upside on Sonos. So I think I like 16 up on Sonos.
All right, guys, the cruise line's moving around again this morning, mostly to the downside. Still a lot of negativity surrounding this group, obviously. Uncertainty as well when it comes to when they will possibly be able to get operations restarted. Carnival out this morning with a share offering, a big share offering as well. 99 million shares at $14.02. So CCL under pressure here this morning.
Look, we haven't liked CCL for a bit now. We're way under the daily chart here on the 50-period moving average. We saw that at 17. It started to get going, up to $25 early June there when we had a huge run up in some of these carnival names, or some of these crew names. You have Norwegian reporting today as well. But look at this, guys. We're all the way back down, 1320, 1280, the bottom here. Do we get to that today? We possibly could get to 1280 today. I look for a break here of 1311. You do have the imbalance locator here, and this is the size Rocket. We see that's coming today. We're going to get to that as well. Rocket Mortgage, the lending company, coming through today. And then here's CCL, small little 600,000 share to sell. So yeah, do we like CCL? Not ACC, CCL. What's going on here? CCL here on New York, 1325. We did bounce as high as 1335. I think that's a good fade spot for CCL, guys.
Yeah, 13 even break I have on that one. But remember, of course, as Brendan mentioned, we do have Norwegian that had a bigger than expected loss in their report. So not down as much. There's no share offering there. They already had one. But just looking at yesterday's bottom here at about 1340, double support here at 1350 as well, and we've already tested that level one time. That's going to be the price I'm going to be going off with. I think for a breakout, you're looking at that 1350. More likely to want to be a seller in the space today. So certainly off of that little open play, if we can get a crack down below say 13 and a quarter, that 25 to 50 range is a nice little sell area on Norwegian. Tricky because they're going to be around the same price, Norwegian and CCL. So pick one. You always want to make sure you're expressing trades, I think, in the one that you're more comfortable with. They're both going to be on the radar today. I think which break comes first is more likely going to break the tie for me.
Yeah, let's might as well touch on Norwegian here. Also on the list this morning, guys, Norwegian reporting earnings. It was the debt position that was a little bit of a question mark. So larger debt than they expected, 10.3 billion. They have cash and cash equivalents of 2.3 billion, and they expect the monthly cash burn to be about $160 million still. So those three numbers all were at the high end of their expectations for NCL. So pressure there as well. Let's talk about Roku, guys. They reported better than expected, 42% jump in quarterly revenue. The device streaming device maker said sales were up right across the board, including a 35% jump in ad revenue in second quarter. The platform revenue itself, which includes ad sales, surged 46%. A lot of people staying at home. A lot of people obviously watching more streaming content than before.
Yeah, I mean, Roku, again, a lot of these, it's funny because a lot of the companies reported today were high flyers and continue to be. Roku touching near 170 yesterday, and now we're getting it faded through. I did want to quickly, Neil will go over some levels here, but I did want to thank you to a couple new members that I saw here. Kata, thank you so much for that new membership coming up there. Thank you to Lady Trader. And then what I just saw right now is Callaway Jones finally becoming a member. So that's great. Thank you so much, Callaway Jones there. I thought you were a member before, but thank you for becoming one now. Means a lot to us. And then Mambo Guy, we love you as well. And I guess you get hungry because our opening scene has coffee in it. I'm not really sure how that happens, but thank you guys for becoming members and for membership sponsoring us, because you know, this show continues to be free. We put it on every single day. Today, the money can go to Valeria's coffee fund. Get some more in there, Valeria, and get feel better soon. Just a small headache. I was a member, I just didn't have auto renew turned on. That's what I thought, Callaway Jones there. So Callaway Jones there. I thought you were a member, so now auto renewed. Thank you so much, Callaway, for that once again. But we really appreciate all the memberships we can get here on the show.
It's good to know.
We just broke through 500.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations to the 500. But it's good to know. Get that auto renew turned on there. And I see. I just want to throw it out there. Mambo, given the $5, is 5 because of Mambo number 5? I might be dating myself there. Let me know. Obviously, that's an old song that no one's going to care about. But Roku here, I just want to quickly jump in. It's getting a bit of a rebound off the bottom here. But this is the gap we're talking about. It beat on the earnings, and that's why you're going to see the bump up almost to 180 before a hard reversal. And I'm looking at 160 level. You can see a few sessions ago on August 3rd, a bit of a break point at 160 throughout that day. It was a bump to the upside, a break in the opening range at 160. I think this is going to be the level, and it's going to be much like Norwegian and Carnival. We have this upward bound that I think you can certainly be a seller in front of, and then you're jumping to a breakout buy. And this market is trying to come right back to the upside and not really doing heck of a good job here. Basically flat on the ES, even with that slight bump we got at 8:30. Yeah,
back to flat basically once again for the futures here. Another one benefiting, guys, from more people staying at home, watching a lot of content online. Viacom, CBS, beating analysts' expectations with revenue. They reported, again, a lot of people watching more content online, boosting revenue by 12% to $6.28 billion in the second quarter, and that was above estimates. Not by much, though. $6.27 billion estimates for Via C, but all kinds of pre-market volume here today for Via C. That's why it's on the watch list, guys. Higher relative volume, doesn't typically trade at all in the pre-market.
Hey, we did a market wisdom lesson yesterday about relative volume and why it's key. So a good throw there for sure. Thanks, Brendan. I did want to give a fist bump. First of all, Sean King right now, you want to give us a fist bump? There it is. We bump it again for you. And then, wow, look at this, guys. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you so much, Jan, as well for that. Robert, new member coming through. John, exactly. Jan and Callaway, thank you so much for all the memberships, guys. Keep them coming. We love the support. I mean, I can go on and on about that forever. But we get the watch list out for free. Make sure you do sign up for that. Valeria has been dropping the link for the watch list throughout. Yeah, 520,000 shares. So relatively strong for sure on its average volume here. You see yesterday picks up near the end of the day off that earnings report. 27.90 at the top, 26.99. I'd rather look at a daily chart just to show you guys what we're talking about. It has has broken out. The range is nice. Look at the trend is upside. Revenue streaming, content continues to be king. We're now above, or we're not above, but it's $27. I look for this top right here, $28.50. Let's see if we can get that high, and if we break it, then let's go hard on it.
Yeah, I'm going to look at also too, just in case we get a bit of a sell-off here, Vicom, that little double bottom, yesterday's action going into earnings at 26, and then also this 26.50 level. So if it does continue the slide, I mean, it got up to that 28 price here in the pre-market. We want to see if it does slide further back to the downside. It's already been $1 of a move. If it gets another buck in it, watch 26. If it rounds out at 26.50, if we get sideways action, this could be a good place to pick this one up.
All right, guys, let's go to the airlines group. Sean mentioned it briefly. 16 Senate Republicans backing a 6-month extension for the $25 billion payroll assistance program for the carriers. So all of the airlines this morning up on that news. I mean, we can have a look at UAL or AAL, either one moving around this morning, both to the upside.
Yeah, for me, I'm liking AAL. I don't know why my chart, okay, here we go. I was gonna say, why is my chart not loading back to March? But here's AAL. Obviously, we see, look, it's been a huge move down for some of these airlines, and that's gonna continue today. But look what we're doing. We're bumping right up to where I like it here on the 50-period moving average, 1328. I mean, it's so ironic that that's basically the high of the day. So if we can break the high of the day, I am going long on, again, come on, chart. There it is, AAL. Look at this, the high, 1325. The 50-period moving average on the daily chart is 1328. We're fading back down now. I mean, it is what it is. These companies still remain in trouble, right? The cash burn per day, I think for Air Canada was, and this is here, just because they just reported, it was like $50 million a day. It's Canadian, but obviously here, American Airlines, a very similar company, Delta, United, all going to struggle through this pandemic. And look, I don't know if it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's certainly flattening the curve here in Canada. I know down south it's not that great, and with some of the exposure here of American Airlines to domestic flights, it's not going to be a good one. But the extension of the payroll grant is great, and hopefully that keeps them afloat until they can return to at least 50% capacity.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going to be sort of like a waiting game. How long can they hold out here? But you are getting a bounce trying to get through the 50 here. And look, it's going to be this 13 quarter top here in the pre-market that we'll certainly be concerned about to the upside. Just looking at American Airlines, of course, you can watch Southwest, which I think sometimes, and it's sort of worth looking at them here, because a lot of times Southwest has been a fantastic play here, and I think we can talk about Spirit as well. But a little tighter range of Southwest, a little bit closer to the top that it had yesterday. Almost just as interesting of a breakout, I think, at 33.50. The downside, of course, being American just does more volume. Southwest, 200,000 in volume. So I like this breakout. I just don't think it's going to be as enticing of a day trade because of the lower volume relative to American Airlines, but should be on the radar anyways if you're playing the space.
Back to the drug makers, guys. Bristol Myers making a rare appearance on our watch list this morning, along with Pfizer. They won a patent infringement case against a bunch of companies. There was 2 or 3. Sigma Pharma, Sunshine Lake Pharma, and Unichem. This has to do with a blood thinner drug. This goes back to the end of last year when this case was actually filed. They also reported earnings that were better than expected for Bristol Myers as well. So positivity for BMY today, guys.
Yeah, yes. BMY. Yeah, I love Bristol Myers. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just one of the things about BMY here, you gotta pay attention. It's like their number 2 seller, so this is bigger news than to Pfizer, where it's not necessarily a drop in the bucket, but this is certainly going to affect Bristol Myers stock a heck of a lot more. And I'm looking at this previous top here at 60, 65, 60, 70 or so to certainly be a bit of a support level going forward. I think in that case, you certainly are going to be looking for some breakout opportunities here in Bristol Myers. I don't necessarily love the break through the top. You're going to have to chew through about $1.50 worth, as we've already come back in, and this is sort of a similar theme. I feel like there's going to be a buy the dip opportunity at lunch a little bit more than I do a breakout in BMY here, just typically the way it's going to trade. So look to see if it can hold 61 on the way back to the downside. I think that's a good place to buy. Otherwise, you're looking for a swing at that previous resistance, 60, 70. I think should be an interesting price for BMY if it does come back in. Pfizer, this news isn't going to be a catalyst for me to trade it today. You got to have, I find with Pfizer, you really have to have a specific reason why it's going to do a little bit more volatility. There's always something better to trade for a day trade.
I'll just say if there's BMY on this list here, and if it is, it's not big enough. There's Disney on here. This is market on open indicator here for, it's called an imbalance locator on our system, but what it's going to show you here are all the interested orders coming through on market on open. I don't see BMY here. I see Fastly on the sell side. We see Rocket, and that's going to be a big one. We can't wait for that to open up. Hopefully on the show we'll do that. We do have a video on IPOs on our Stock Market Wisdom page, but look at this. I just drew a lineup here on BMY. I hope you guys can see this. This is $62. Stopped there, stopped there. I'll move my mark so you can see. Broke through and bounced around a little bit there. We did have a top right here, roughly of 62 again, and that's right where we are now. I don't know how much this thing moves, but if you want to trade it with a decent amount of shares, wait for this 62 to break. We're gonna have to. That's why I was looking for on open. This is sitting at New York, so this is on the floor here of the New York Stock Exchange, 62. So there's 80,000 shares that it has to get through there. Once it gets through 62, I like it, man. I like it through 62 long. So I think we'll take Bristol Myers through 62 long. It's a 50-cent spread right now. Can't take it now, but we will once it opens. Let's just hopefully we can remember to take it, guys.
All right, guys. Rocket Companies, their biggest product, obviously, Quicken Loans, the software here. Debuting in New York today, RKT on the New York Exchange, 1.8 billion. On the IPO here today. So we're going to watch RKT and keep you updated when that looks to be ready to start trading for the first time in New York. Let's go to Bausch Health, guys. Up about, it's come off a lot, but when I sat down this morning, 27% to the upside it was after the company said it plans to spin off its eye care business, probably their most well-known product, Bausch & Lomb. The Wall Street Journal reported this after market yesterday. They confirmed it. The company confirmed it this morning. So BHC to the upside today.
Yeah, you look at a chart, it's going to be deceiving upside. Formerly valued Gesundheit to one of our traders sneezing there. But look, it's already come back $5 from a 27 top. This was one of those pre-market pump jobs all the way up to 27. It's just basically been selling back in here, and I don't necessarily like playing these to the long side. I find you don't really know when the bag is gonna be dropped here, or when the shoe's gonna drop. And I think maybe down at 20 even would be a little bit more interesting. Just looking at the daily, it's worth noting right here at about 2060, you did have potential breakout had it been a little more orderly through that previous resistance. So I think that 20 area, 2060 area should be interesting to me. But I would normally be selling BHC here. I think if you weren't selling it at a 24 break at about 8 o'clock, you probably missed your best opportunity. So maybe we can defend that price on the way back in. Otherwise, wait for a couple more dollars to see if we can catch a bit of a buy. I just don't really see a trade off the open on BHC.
A spin-off themselves, and now they're going to release their spin their eye care business. I don't know what it's going to be worth. We'll wait to see. The market will tell us. But it is fading back from 25 down to 22. BMY just breaks 62 in a big way, goes to 62.80. So you're seeing me vent some frustration on the chat. Look, that's what's going to happen, guys. It still is a 30-cent spread here. It was too much for me to take through 62. Wish we had like we did Microsoft yesterday. We took it for an early 75-cent win in the pre-market. Look, I wouldn't have had that many shares anyways, so it's kind of crying over spilled milk, but it does let us know that we are right here. It looks like we're right initially. So if this does pull back anywhere, 61.80, 61 and change, I think that's going to be a decent long. Let's put an order there, see if we can bottom pick BMY, guys.
I just want to get through Etsy here before we go over to Arun and have a look at the overall market. There was an interesting number when it comes specifically to face masks. I don't see it right off the top, but I will find that and get it out to you guys. But they sold a ton of face masks during this quarter. But Etsy not doing a heck of a lot of volume, interestingly enough, in the pre-market here. But Q2 revenue surged 137%. I mean, they beat right across the board. Basically, it was a great report. But we are trading down. They did caution on further pandemic-related slowness.
149.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can say, down a couple of percent here, but look, it's been since a couple weeks ago, you're talking about 40% movement to the upside. So it's already been a fantastic run by Etsy. Profit taking is not necessarily something that should be unexpected at this point. It's trying to break through 132 here to the downside. It's going to be hard for me to sit here and want a shorter breakdown on Etsy when maybe if weaknesses comes into the market, I might want to be playing over in the airline space a little bit more on a reversal on those plays. But but you got to be able to watch this 132. It does have some chop in yesterday's action through that price, so it's almost as if it got through 130. That would be a more clean break, but there might be room to scalp it in the event that I don't see a spread that's opening up at times a little bit here. So if you're targeting $1.50 off the open on a stock, which could have 30, 40, 50, 60 cent spreads, it's not going to be a 930 trade for me necessarily. It's a NASDAQ stock, so we'll open at 930. And we did have a question I want to quickly get to it there, Andy C. On the NYSE, they do a manual open on most of the stocks. So the main book, and that's the New York book, when Sean looks at that imbalance locator on, say, like a CCL, I see these prints, these NYBs here. That's the New York book. Oh. That doesn't print until they open it up individually. So you'll see trading on these other ETSs, but the actual open price is generated on that auction, which for some stocks it can be 5 seconds after the 9:30 bell. It can be 9:31. It can be 9:33. Look, it's very rare that it's much longer than that, but certainly as opposed to the NASDAQ, you will see NYSE stocks have that first opening print on the auction a little bit delayed from 9:30, and that's because they do have that auction process, which differs from the NASDAQ, which is always promptly at 9:30.
All right, guys, let's have a look at the overall market and see what levels we need to be aware of when it comes to the futures this morning before the open here. About 4 or 5 minutes to go. We'll bring Arun in and have a look at what he is checking out so far this morning. Arun, we've already kind of come back and tested that support level from yesterday afternoon. Is that going to be significant?
Yeah, you know, the move that we're getting overnight, it's tremendous. It's great movement. I like the way it's setting up. Which direction it goes in, I don't really care. But the levels I'm looking at, 3280 on the bottom, 3330 on the top. If we get a breakout in front of breakout of either one of those, it's a great trade. If we set up in front of those, it's a great trade. I think this is the one day that actually has the most potential out of the last few days. So I'm actually looking forward to this. As we go through these 20s, if we start to slow down, I'll actually short in front of that 3330 and put the 3330 as a stop. Of course, if we break it, I'll flip the position, go long. Of course, if we come down through that 3300, keep in mind that 3300, we've been working for a couple days now, couple days last week, earlier this week as well. So that's going to be tremendous support. So if we break down through that 3300, there's no way I'm going to short the 3300. But if we get through there and start to slow down, I'll actually go long with the 3280 stop. So for me, 3300 means nothing right now at the moment. But if we get through it and start to slow down, then it means their support is still there from the last few days. So buy long underneath 3300, 3280 on the stop, short around 3215. If we get to slow down, 3330 on the stop above. So great potential for today. I just hope it doesn't die off like yesterday, because yesterday also had potential and then absolutely no volume after the open. So it looks like it's going to be a great start. Whether the volume holds based on the way it's been moving overnight, if it holds, it'll be a great trading day.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in with Arun again tomorrow. Wanted to touch on this one before we get to the open, guys. ADTX moving on a positive evaluation of a blood thinner, a blood test, an antigen test for COVID-19. So up significantly. We're already coming back below $7 though. If you go out to the daily time frame, $7 big time level for ADTX. Nice tight consolidation here. $7 above. If it gets above that, might give you another push to the upside. However, looking like we might test lower prices, guys. ADTX as well.
Yeah, we're into something right now, and it should be okay. It's going to be Square. So Square takes off the top there. We get in. I wanted to talk about this, but we went to Arun there. So Square right now, 149.38. What's my price? 26 right now. So it was just this little move from yesterday. We had a big move down in Square yesterday. It was up 10+% early on, and then it faded back down, still up 6 or 7. But you can see right here, 149.38. I don't know. It bottomed today at 143. Not sure. It's just been rocketing itself back up. We're only going to give this one to 148. We could get tapped out early. We don't take many shares in the pre-market. You guys know about that. So right now we're just trying to see if we can make $1 or $2 up here Square. I wouldn't mind getting it up to 152-ish if it can go. But right now it's printing. We're flat basically. I mean, it's just bouncing around here in the pre-market. So that's Square, guys.
Yeah, I just want to get to, I see a couple of people asking, I know Marcus was one about MVIS. I'm going to talk about MAR, but we'll get to MVIS in a second. They had earnings, they're down. I was looking at 2 as a resistance point, $2 even. Hopefully that answers your question. Maybe we'll get into it after the open. But MARA here, a play from yesterday. I am going to be watching that same 475 to 480 area, which was a bit of a top a few sessions ago, and then a pre-market high, and trying to make a double top here. So with about 30 seconds to go, still have that same stop from yesterday. If we fail through that price, I'm shorting in front of it. Breakout long at 475 on MARA. It's going to be a bit different ringing the bell today, of course, because Valeria's off, and she should be back hopefully tomorrow. I don't know who's going to be doing it. Yeah, now I do know because he's clowning it around behind me. There's Rob, double duty. He usually runs the camera, but if my countdown finally comes on right, he's lining up. He's got the baseball swing ready. There's the countdown. He's got the glasses. 5, 4, 3, 2, and wow. Love the flow there, Rob.
There we go. We are now open, and right away, guys, the monster is here. We punch square right in the face. A nice win. We get some out there. 150, so a nice little 75-cent win to go on square right now. So not even open yet. Already took out 75 cents. We did get that bottom pick in BMY. 61.80. We're long right now. Let's see where that one wants to open up. The bottom of BMY here, 61. Let's give it to 61 on BMY. We're looking for Fastly to break through 94 as well, guys. BMY square, the monster win so far today.
Yeah, the first move to the downside, immediately American Airlines fading through that 13 area. Gonna miss that trade, trying to get a stop order off the open. Want to see if it can actually hold and not take out that bottom here at 12.65. If it does give you a bounce back up, I think we can certainly fade into that play. Mara just broke below 450. Like I said, 475, 480, we're going long. I'm going to be short in front of it, just going to pick some up here in the 450 range if we can get it. So MARA in play. And watch out, I didn't mention Kodak, but I am going to be watching Kodak through that $15 price area. AVCT has just halted, basically right away off of the open, a downside halt trade on this name, guys. So it'll be a volatility halt, should be open in a few seconds, but just got Mara in, 449 to the short side.
All right, there goes square, guys. Bang, another one. We got square once again, guys. It just keeps on ripping up. So a nice little $2 now on square, 149.26. Sorry, we just got a 150.80 there. So a $1.50 win there for square. BMY and still going. Let's go. What a great pickup that was, guys. This is a 3-minute chart. I hope you had that with me. We did talk about it, gave you an opportunity to get it. Go square, 152, a $2 plus win, guys. Look, I tweeted this out just as I took it. I hope you guys had that long square, 149.26 in the pre-market. Big time win happening for us right there. And this one, BMY, just opening up. Let's see how high we want to go on this guy. Like it.
Yeah, and there's the break in Carnival Cruise Lines to that little upside there. I was looking over at NCLH. Looks like we picked wrong on that one, guys. Certainly a big break already. We just took out and failed the pre-market high on NCLH, whereas Carnival holds it. So fail break so far at 1360 on Norwegian. I like this one if it comes back into the 1340, but Carnival looks like so far it's going to be the stronger one. Watch out for Mara. It's that 1475. I'm going to be short, hopefully an average price around 60 in front of it, but if it breaks, we're going long at 475. That is a level from yesterday that we have liked, and we're definitely going to have that all over that break. But NCLH trying to get through actually now through that 1360, so maybe the second time is a charm. We're going to pick it up here. We'll see if that second time is a charm. 1360 break.
Yeah, look at Bristol Myers. Now we're ripping up. 31 plus cents in the money here on Bristol. So let's take this out here. Big win again. Bang. 40 cents on Bristol Myers. Still moving to the upside. $1.50 now on Square. We 2 for 2, homies. So let's just keep this trade going upside here. 61.80. Nice little long. Bristol Myers. How high can we get? We got as high as 62.20 and change. We'll see if this one wants to break even higher. We're probably going to use this as our out. 61.75 is where we're in. Keeps on ripping up. 41 plus cents right now for Bristol Myers.
Yeah, there goes Mara. We talked about that level. I always have to fade it at least one time, but it reversed to the long side, got slipped to 79. This? I'm going to start taking this one out in front of $5. Worth looking at the daily chart, guys. We're at fresh highs. This was a big time break through this price level. We're now trying to go parabolic. 5, I think, is going to be a good spot to take about a third to a quarter of your profit off. Look for reload opportunities. Going to be down around 470 for me. I got 479 long side. Already took some off for 10, 15 cent wins to try to make some back of the short that we lost on. But from there, it's going to be adding to the position on a 5 break or adding to a position on a 470. This was the level we wanted yesterday. Finally got it here today on MARA.
Yeah, and there it goes. Bristol Myers, big win, guys. Huge mounts here. Nice little upside move in Bristol Myers. We called that one. And look at Square, still making moves, 51.50. Thinking about getting some out here on Square, as this move is definitely taking us to the moon right now. So a big little bullseye action here on Square for us. Let's get some out now. As you look how much the stock moves. It moves a hell of a lot. The spread, 50, 80 cents at sometimes, guys. What's up, Bren?
Initial selling on Viacom here via CBS, guys. But back to the upside. Just broke 27 again on a huge volume spike. So still 4% here. We're trying to get higher for Via C, guys.
And I believe it was Marcus. They're still looking at the same thing in that MVIS. I mean, $2 for me would be a bigger break, but you can certainly have a look at 185 if it's going to try to retrace the gap. I think you're only having a scalp trade in that personally. That 1360 area on NCLH did come back in, trigger me into the long on a bit of a pullback. So you missed the breakout. You catch it on the way back up. Looking to see if we can take it off in front of that $14 range, but I'll start scalping some out, like maybe 15 cents as the first target on NCLH, and then add to the position on a break of the top. I'm looking for that reload in MARA. Here it comes down at 470, but I'm going to wait specifically for my price. I've gotten almost half out in front of $5. Going to see if we can catch some on the way back in to load back into that position.
And there it is, guys. Bristol Myers hit the big wins right now. We've hit our goal. We're nicely in the money here. Bristol Myers all the way back up to day's high. We told you about bottom picking this. It does flush off the open and then gives a rocket ship to the upside. Bristol Myers, great trade here to start the day, along with our Square trade. That is rocking and rolling as well. We just took some out there on Square, so our best out up here. Now we have that 10% left. Let's see how low this one wants to go, but I'm only going to give it to a 149 break here on SQ Square. Big time win, and Bristol Myers are going to cash them out here. We've already had that big move upside. Good trade for Bristol, guys.
Yeah, we just got half out of NCLH. Look at this chop zone from yesterday's afternoon action right at 1375. So we get the 60 break. This is where we'll take some out, and then I said next level 14. But I'm also going to be playing a pullback if I can catch a little something here. It's a flat market, and if we can get this pullback into about 1350 to 1355, not a bad place to load back into some NCLH. I did just pick up some more MARA in front of 470, so back in at the same price at 475 area. Brendan, what do you got?
Another recent high flyer, guys. Moving to recent highs here. Plug Power. Plug up 15% after earnings this morning. Nice beat for Plug Power as well. $10 was a decent level there in the pre-market. We're at 1080 now for Plug, guys.
Wow, yeah, I did see a lot of people talking about that one on the pre-market show there, so good little look up. 51.50 here on Square. Let's see how high this one wants to go. We're still long Square, 90 cents, $1 in the money. BMY has come back a little bit, but we did take some out there, so now we'll see if it wants to take out the top again. 62.80. FSLY, another name that we were looking at. Fastly gets to 94, does not break. We are looking for a 94 break to go long on this name, but look at this spread, actually pretty good. Liquidity great, 4 million shares today on Fastly. What about a 92 break? Maybe something to look at here on FSLY.
Yeah, BHC here trying to make a move towards that 2350 that I was sort of talking about, 2350 to 24 area. I just have the two longs, NCLH in the money for us, and then the reload on MARA still in the money as well. But I'm looking at BCH and or BHC, check that, at that 2350 for a potential break. If we fail to get here, the first actual selling I see, I'm going to jump in and see if I can't scalp a short back in to this $22 range. So I am looking to catch both way action here. 23.50 break, failure at that price. I'm going to jump into that short and just play the price action. It's sold off so heavily. I got to be a part of it, but also got to be a part of what I knew was going to be a level. Line it up and knock them down here. Mara was okay yesterday. But the level I really liked was at 475. We finally got that one today. I actually just pulled back more aggressively here in front of 470. We had 479 the first time. We got 470 the second time. Here comes the move into $5. So the short, ill-advised. The long, we've made it back, much more aggressive on the break trade. I wish it had happened yesterday. I feel like it really would have had the floodgates, but we finally get that move on MARA and put it in the bank here. Gonna hold through $5, guys. I want to see if we can break through. Again, I've taken half out in front of it. But this is what it's all about. If it does come back down, I won't be as aggressive longing 470 if it can't break through 5 even. But already a nice win here in Mara and NCLH. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
Another one that's been a big mover over the past week or so, guys. Digital Turbine here. Apps, APPS on the NASDAQ reported aftermarket yesterday. Nice pop up to 22 this morning, but we're all the way back to 20. Big time level in the pre-market there, 20 for APPS, guys.
All right, guys. And we're just hitting the bangers right now for you. Look at BMY. BMY. Welcome everybody on the show. Follow me on Twitter if you can, at Trader TV Sean. We gave you Square early, 149.26. We gave you a bunch of trades here, Square and BMY, right to the upside. Check out Square. Nice little trade early, right off the open, 149.26. Actually in the pre-market, 9.27. It goes all the way to 150, 150. I think we need to cash that out next time. Let's put an order around 151-ish and see if we can't get that out. Bristol Myers, we're almost out of all of that. I told you we'd put another order at day's high, and we did exactly that. So you can see all the damage that's being done here today. Just taking out the profits. Only 2 trades, guys. 2 for 2, and they're both monsters. So good look on that. AAL goes the other way. So I guess I can cancel those stop orders. American Airlines to the downside. I was thinking we could blow upside with that report, but obviously that does not happen. So let's cancel out some of our AAL trades and wait for a better opportunity to possibly get long here on American Airlines.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much forget about it. It didn't even give you the retest of 13 very heavily. BHC, my order's locked and loaded, ready to go. Actually just got in. I was just about to say, I expected I could get that short on the rollover when it failed at 23. I do pick some shares up there at 22.45. If we can get a move down, like I said, through 22, first target would be in front of that price, but my stop is going to be right up here at 23 even. If it breaks 23, we're out. Otherwise, let's let it ride here. Mara still testing that $5 range. I've got half out, like I said. I'm going to hang on to this. Either pulls back to that break even or gives me the 5 break that I've been looking for 2 days, guys. So BHC, new position alert, 22.45 short, 23 stop.
Okay, we're getting some out here on BMY, 62.48. Bang, there it is. We take that out right there. Good win. Square back to the upside here. This is where I said I'd take some out. It's so strong. I don't know if I want to even do that. But 151.25, $1.82 in the money right now on Square. It just does come to the top. Maybe we should debate getting some of this out. We only have one little spot left, so it's our 10% rule that we always tend to take. And yeah, 150, 115. A good little long here on Square. Now $2 into the money. We'll look to see if we want to take this off 150, 150. Roku, another name obviously that we talked about earlier on, now 155. I didn't even write down any levels for Roku. We did talk about them missing. They come all the way to the downside here. 930 opens up 158. Now a break back down. Watch out. Here's VWAP 156.50. Not a bad spot for Roku.
Yeah, and Fastly trying to get back to the upside here. It's put in a couple of ramps up, failing through 94. Pre-market top here. I mean, look, you can see some ridiculous light volume trading, so you can pretty much throw it out that 95 area, 96. I'm looking at 94 even as sort of the strong resistance point. If it can't make another test of that level, I think we're going to be selling Fastly, at least today. I want to get back to the cruise lines here. We are still in the money in MARA, but we mentioned Norwegian. I still have the long in Norwegian. It pulled back a little bit deeper and a little too quick for me. I tried to catch it on the way back up. I tried to get some shares at 50. I think loading back in at that price with a stop around the low to mid 40s is a reasonable opportunity. But I think the best trade might have been the first one there. And if we don't retest those highs, I'm going to dump for profit and then look to see if I can be a reverse a seller on Norwegian and maybe even Carnival, especially the way I see the airlines going, guys. I don't want to get caught in what seems like a bit of a long trap today in at least Norwegian and CCL.
Yeah, and no trap here. It is not a trap. Look at Square. Bang that one to the upside. There you go, guys. $4 now in the money here on Square, long 149 and change. We talked about it being too strong, and we were not going to get it out here on a retest of that day high, and thank God we do not. Up to 153.50 right now on Square. So I don't know. I wish I knew how to retweet my own tweets right here, but this one right here, long 149.26 on Twitter. Give that one to you. Now to the upside, 153.50. Stops, turns on a dime there. So maybe we'll get this one out for $4 win. 153 now on Square. That's banging it out. And Bristol Myers, long 61.80. We're light on both of these, but those are the only 2 trades we're carrying right now. As you see the futures bouncing around and not doing a whole hell of a lot. Arun liked the setups today. We'll see if it can break down below this low of the day, guys. But yeah, Square, nice move here. Let's get some out. If we can get back up to 153 and change, guys, let's take this profit and run away from Square. Good trade.
Yeah, we were talking about that MVIS. I know there were some questions about it. I still am looking at this break break of 185. 2 even is also a decent level to be playing off of, so I would likely take this break and then take a lot of it out in front of 2, then try to re-engage at that price to see if there's a secondary push here. It's down significantly. You're looking for a gap fill, but it's made one test pre-market. It's trying to do so here. If we do not get through this price, I'm likely to be a seller in the 175 range and then start working that trend short to the downside. But first things first, the 185 break could come into play. Brennan, what do you got?
Another earnings name, guys. CommScope, COMM on the NASDAQ, up 18% today. Blasted through 11 there on that last push to the upside. Initial selling came in, though, on the gap to the upside this morning, but earnings were good for CommScope right across the board. So trying to test day highs here, guys.
Yeah, and we're still having some selling here in Roku. The level I really was looking at off of the open is not going to come into play here. We're not going to get that upside break. It does seem in Roku. But 156.50 was the pre-market low. It's trying to retest above that price. I think I'm going to go short. Tight stop at about 157. So give it some room off of that level to see if it can hold that trend. It's going to be a first trade short scalp. The breakout, we'll probably have to put that one off on the shelf at least until, maybe a little later on the session if it gets some strength into it. Could be as late as the afternoon, guys. But I did get into that BHC. I'll update you guys. I'm not taking 25, 30 cents profit on BHC. Looking to get at least 30 to 40 on the first leg and then a break of 22 for a bigger trade. It's on a $5 range pre-market, so it's a $22 stock, but I'm looking for a little more anyways on it.
Yeah, 1329 here maybe on a break of CCL. We'll see if it wants to go back down here to 1330. A little bit weak today, 4.5%. We did see that they offered shares yesterday, so that's obviously why, or this morning, that's why that's down. So all to go there on that name. AAL, we did look at that briefly as well. AAL over here on the NASDAQ, American Airlines. We'll have a quick look. It's already broken back down below 1280. We'll see about a move to the high side if it wants to go. Yeah, that's that level still, 1280. I was just looking there. That's where our VWAP is. It's not a horrible spot. 1280 to long side here. AAL, let's try it if it can get there. What's up, B?
Penn National Gaming, guys. Nice move here off of the open big time from 40 up to 41.5 in a straight line. Huge relative volume behind this as well. They also reported earnings that were actually in line with expectations considering sports have been shut down and also bars and whatnot also shut down during the pandemic as well. But Penn National Gaming moving, guys.
And look, we love sports certainly, and Penn is definitely a great stock to trade. Yeehaw action when we come from Brendan into a winning trade. I talked about BHC, $22.45 short. Yeah, a 20-cent return is usually pretty good on a $20 stock. I talked about wanting to have a roll through 22. First third out in front of 20 for a 35-cent win, exactly on target. We do get a break of 22 here. We retest some of these lows. I'll get the next third out and then try to hold for a bit of a trend trade. Just worth keeping in mind. I know it's a relatively cheaper stock, but pre-market top with a 27, and it just put in a $5 range going into the open. So you are going to see certainly a little bit extra volatility on this name. That's why you extend your expected gains. We're back in the money, about 20 pennies on that Mara trade. The reload at 70. That's testing 5 even one more time, guys. So both these, one long, one short in the money. And I got MVIS. We'll update in that in a second. There we go. Thank you very much. We'll actually hit the hot dogs. I haven't done it yet this week. 21.90 we just got out of some shares there, so 50 penny winner on the second leg of BHC. We'll see if we can't get even more than that. The bottom here is 21.25. If it breaks through that, previous close, or not previous close, but a pre-market bottom of 20 even could be in play at some point today. We got the trend, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Bausch & Lomb, good trade there. We did talk about that, obviously, on our pre-market show to go. So hopefully you guys are able to watch that. A big shout out to all of our members watching today. What's up to everybody? Callaway, Jones, Elizabeth, everybody who's out there. Big shout outs to you guys. Thank you for the continued support. There goes AAL. So we are now long AAL through 1280. 1282 right now is the long. We're going to hold this one, guys, at least down to here, 1266. Let's see how high this one wants to go. Right now, AAL, we'll try it. We said we'd try it, so here we are back trying it for you now. AAL long side. Let's see where this one wants to go. Our out's going to be 1266, but right now, all good on that front. Square, guys, by the way, sorry if you dumped it when I did at 153 or at 154 and change. Glad to give you the winner, though, guys. Brendan, what's up?
All-time highs here, guys, for Carvana after they reported results as well. Online car retailer Carvana, CVNA, was actually down aftermarket. So interesting move here. We opened lower in the pre-market, but straight to all-time highs here. Just broke 190 on CVNA, guys.
And mentioned that MVIS, we just got that little break there at 185. Got slipped to 87, not the greatest price. I am gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take a bunch of this out. Just want to give you the bigger perspective in front of $2. And the reason why, look, 7 million shares, cheap stock, so you want to take different levels of profit there. A few cents is gonna be okay. But I think there's gonna be a nice little test of that $2 range as well. See a bit of a seller up there on the level 2 that's worth watching. And there might be a secondary break as you see all that selling in front of 2 even. If we break through that price, that's another trade in itself. So I'm going to take my profit here on the way up and then look for a 2 even break in MVIS. If we can't get through that, enough consolidation might get me to the short side. Might have our first losing trade on of the day. Look, I shouldn't say that until it actually breaks the stop here, but I did say that it could be a bit of a trap on that initial long in NCLH. We got the break. We did get the nice win into that 75, but now it's starting to come back. And if we drop into that low mid 45 range, I'm just going to take this one off. It'll be our first losing trade of the session. It just doesn't feel like this one wants to participate. So you win one, you lose the other. Roller coaster so far in NCLH. I don't know if I'm going to go back to that train. Not with BHC in the money 80 pennies. Not with Mara breaking through $5. So we got the big winners over there. Stick to what is working. The read was good on Mara a couple of days in a row. And this is the level we're hunting for. This is the level we finally got. I'm going to take a few shares out here on the actual break of 5 and then see how far we can go. We're about 30 pennies in the money on this trade. I think 50 is a great target on a stock like MARA.
Yeah, Mara, yeah, watching Bitcoin going upside. So yeah, Mara, big time move there. Good take there. We're waiting on AAL. It does drop below. We're going to give it till 60. Okay, that just didn't happen there. So we're going to give AAL, I don't know what that little wick was, down to 66. We're not out. We're still in AAL, guys, just to let you know. We're going to wait for that one to go upside. We're giving it to 1266. If it fails, it fails. But we are well aware that could easily happen at any time here on AAL. So it's a decent-sized position, but it's nowhere near, hopefully, what we did on BMY and on Square, still making some moves to the upside. Fastly, though, guys, fades back down. I like the long on Fastly. I've since canceled that order, hoping that we can get some more upside somewhere else. But Fastly right now just down. Bad news there. They're so heated up. Watch out. TikTok news around Fastly. Too big of a supplier there, so all their eggs maybe in one basket. Let's see what Fastly wants to do, guys.
Yeah, 100% there, and he's right through the bottom on Fastly. But just getting some more shares out on MBIS in front of that offer. And as I see Fastly, there was almost no chance to get this one unless you cross deep in the spread, as it just took out that pre-market low. Second test that level. Brennan, what do you got?
Another big mover here, guys, this morning. Denali Therapeutics, Biogen taking a stake in DNLI. So this has to do with their Parkinson's disease treatment. So 560 million upfront payment, 13.3 million shares acquired by Biogen of Denali. So DNLI on the NASDAQ, 42% on that news this morning. Huge volume behind this as well. Relative volume, guys.
Yeah, and look, someone just asked any shorts. The only thing I got on is BHC in the money, 85 cents, and it's all after that long trades. And MARA is another good one. MVIS, like I said, I think it's going to be a couple of trades here, getting aggressively out in front of 2 and then looking for a 2 even break. And I was just talking about that possible trap in NCLH, which just got me out. And then Carnival Cruise Lines here, approaching down 5% on the session. And look at this level. So you have a bit of an opening wick here, down to 1330. Now we're holding a 1330 level here. If you're bullish, I mean, you're risking 10 cents to see if you can get back up through 50 and then test the tops in a sideways market. Otherwise, you can just simply reverse at the bottom. I kind of like that play in Carnival. Just got to make sure my 30 is going to be a reversal into the short trade. I don't want to get caught with my pants down on that one. But let's see if we can actually have a quick little scalp trade in front of that 30, but I'm breaking short if it breaks. Brennan, what do you got there, buddy?
That ADTX, guys, we were talking about just before the open there, just halted to the upside. So volatility halt here to the upside for ADTX. It did give you a flush off of the open from that $7 level that I was mentioning to the downside. We came all the way down to 575, but right back up now above 7 for ADTX, guys.
All right, we're looking at a few different things here. AAL looks like it's going to break through the bottom. There it is, 1264 out of AAL. So I don't know, I'm trying to find a flush there. There it is. Yeah, we'll flush ourselves down the hole there on AAL. We get out of basically 80% of the trade there on that break. It looked like it wanted to go through VWAP, but it doesn't. Yeah, can we check out Uber here? Here, Aaron Smith, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. Let's give a quick look here to Uber to see what's going on. I did see that it was ripping upside, so not really sure myself itself. What is happening here with Uber? We've had some huge trades on Bristol Myers. That's come back in, but we're out of that one. But Uber, yeah, straight to the upside, 2.39%. I was noticing, Aaron, on a daily chart here, that we were getting close to these kind of levels, 34.48, and so 34.50. If we can get to 34.50, then that's definitely a breakout sign here for Uber. So maybe look to fade it into 34.50, and then if it does break that, you might have something. But a nice little move up 2.5% here on Uber. What's up, Brandon?
Yeah, this could be why, guys. They're teaming up with ServiceNow, it looks like, for integration. Come on, load up. Here we go. Wait for it. There it is. ServiceNow and Uber for business partner to enable safer commute to work. So integration of Uber's technology and online app with ServiceNow will allow people to book through ServiceNow to get an Uber. Guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not
well,
a bad look
sense.
there.
I like that.
Want to update my one short here in BCH or BHC, Bausch. 21.50 just turned around on a dime, so that would have been like a 90-cent win. I was looking for a deeper test down to 21.25. We mentioned that the bottom off of that little open. I'm going to give this one all the way back to the basically break even, or we're going to take out that little low there, guys. So it's the final third. We've already taken profit on BHC here, but Carnival, a little bit of a bounce play, and I sort of said I'll reverse if it breaks this level 13.30, go long in front of it at 34. I'll take some shares out just in case it wants to hold this range. I can scalp 10, 15 pennies out of it and see if we can't break through 50s. Otherwise, it's going to be inside of that range, 30 stop, 30 reversal, either way. There goes Mara again through $5. So it tried to shake me out there. Yeah, it didn't succeed in that. I've been waiting for this level a couple of days in a row. I'm still holding on to a quarter, just over a quarter of the position here. Just got some out at 5.07. We had this nice little reload, and we identified this on the first break at 75. We got 79s. And then we like that little dip into 470. We're able to pick up shares both at 74 and at 70 even. And here we go in through 5.15 here. See if we can take out 5.25. That'll give you about a 50 penny move on that break. So you get that little 10% return on MARA. It's a nice breakout, of course, the news here, and why I don't like selling it as much, of course, Bitcoin off to the races and Mara. A tough short. I did try one time, make the money back. You got to have a stop, guys. You got to have a nice little pivot to the long side here on MARA, but only 20% left in that position. And CCL, I have not taken any profit on. MVIS just came back. And then, just broke through, that $2 even area, so I get everything out in front. We re-engage that trade on a 2 break. I'm not going to give this one too much room here, probably only back to the mid-90s. We've already made our profit, and I did say I wasn't overwhelmingly in love with the long here, just a quick little break scalp, and sort of looking for the same thing on a $2 break. The reason why, you do have some chop in the post-market decline yesterday into that 220 area, so I think 222.25 is probably likely to be a little bit of resistance, only going to give it 5 to 10 cents, and only trying to make 15 tops on MVIS.
Okay, yeah, good look there, MVIS and JMIA here. I see you, Jay, and thank you so much again for that super chat. And I think a recent member as well. Jay, what's up? Yeah, right here, JMIA, Jumaya Technologies. On the daily chart, it's not doing much, and it's not doing much today, to be honest with you. The spread is here. Obviously, we can see that, and so we'll watch it, breaking through 17. I do like 17 breaks. I mean, those of you that know and watch the show know that we like to take even dollar breaks. But 17, 17.35. Jumaya is one of those stocks, Jay, and you know this because you're asking the question, that it moves a lot when there's some news around it. So we'll wait to see what they want to tell us about Jumaya right now. What's up, Brandon?
ADTX, guys, I mentioned the halt reopened here much higher, now through $8 on ADTX. Continues to pop up on a volume scanner there, guys. That was that COVID-19 antigen blood test results that came back positive for this company. Also, I just saw this one, LVS. If I can flip over to the next, there we go. LVS, big move up here, guys, on huge volume as well for some of the casinos.
Ooh, yeah, this is about to halt again in my estimation. That ADTX likely to get another halt on this stock, just making about a $1.50 type of move to the upside. If you want to watch out for that top, I've seen this parabolic move after a couple of halts to the upside, fail to take out this top. And I'm looking at 10 to 10.50 here as a pre-market high. If it stops shy of that or catches a halt and then a downward open off of one of those upside halts, shy of 1050, that's when I'll jump into the short trade there. But that's probably the only way I'm going to be doing that. We just have all longs and then a few shorts here. MVIS does finally break through 2 even. Like I said, I think maybe we're going to get like some out in front of 215, some out in front of 220, and that's going to be it for MVIS. Couple of nice longs there, but they're both tiny scalps. I'm actually looking for a place to fade this ADTX at some point. Not going to jump into the long.
Okay, yeah, and I just want to bring everyone's attention to NEO here. It's not moving like crazy today, but we did get a high tick right off the open of 1430. Now it comes all the way back down. I was actually waiting for 74s, 75s, so we'll wait for NIO to come back down. If it does, we will short through the bottom of NIO. The other trade that we have on, I mean, we don't have on anymore, but we did bang through Square today. This was a monster trade. We've tweeted that out. If you can, follow us all on Twitter. Mine is Trader TV Sean, Trader TV Neil. I'll post it in the chat right now for you guys. But what's up, Elizabeth Miller? I see you're very active in the chat as well. Las Vegas Sands here. Good little look by Brendan. We'll see up 3% here on a reboot of the economy. So LVS, this is a 1-minute chart, so not much happening in the pre-market. Let's break this down to a daily chart just to get a little bit of a better look. 44. We need to get to 45 and change to do anything. What is this? 40? Yeah, actually, a 45 break looks pretty good here on LVS. Only position I'm holding right now is a small one on AAL. I still like it again if we can break back above the day's high here, or VWAP. Basically, this 1282. We need to get back above there on AAL, guys.
Yeah, speaking of breaks and moves to the upside, just worth noting, Nicola here, I know people are talking about this one, 36.25 yesterday, top break, pre-market top break, so a couple of breakouts already in this name, turning around at 38 even. It's worth, of course, mentioning the daily chart here. It did have a ramp up. It's been downside. It's coming downside since like its third day, but it did make a test towards 40, failed at that price. If you catch a 38 break, you're probably scalping that one into 40. That's going to be a big level break if it ever does come. So Nicola, starting to get to that point where we can think about that 40 level. I know a few sessions, or last week I think it was, Sean, we're watching it. Cannot miss out on 40 if we catch it in Nicola. Don't want to miss out on CCL. I feel like it's been entirely too long since I've traded this name here today, guys. We did pick up that long in front of 1330. I said I'd play the range in front of 50s. We take a 15 penny quick scalp. If it breaks 30s, I'm reversing short. I'm just going to be a little bit hesitant given the fact that the market's not that strong. And if we don't test and break the opening range at some point, it's going to be a strong sell for me at 1330. If it does happen, I'll be out in front of that 70 top and then re-engaging on a 65 top and then re-engaging the long on a 1365 break. So this is a scalp that we will be out of, looking for what I think can be a bigger trade through 1365 on Carnival Cruise Lines. But man, it's 10 o'clock already. That means it's time for happening now. Let's go to Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, 30 minutes gone, just like that. Let's have a look at North American markets here. Back to where we started, essentially. We are positive for both the S&P and the Dow. You can see 0.04%, 0.2%. Once again, the Dow starting to take a little control. We saw this earlier on yesterday. The NASDAQ as well, back to negative territory, only just. Everything a little changed for the most part. The Russell also 0.15% to the upside. Here in Toronto, the TSX 0.3%, and down in Brazil, 0.2% for the BOVESPA. If you're joining us in Brazil this morning. Canadian Tire, one earnings name from Canada today. Canadian Tire retailer down 5.6%. All you have to say is it's a retailer. So a big move to the downside. One of the higher priced stocks here in Toronto, 125 down to 120. Trying to bounce though down at 120. Volume really not there yet for CTC.A. Gold, another record high yesterday above 2,000. So watching Kinross here, 0.8%. Trying to work its way back to the downside as well. Rejected in front of that 1350 from yesterday, that high area from yesterday, moving to the downside. Kronos reported as well, one from the cannabis group, 11% here in Toronto to the downside. You can also have a look in New York as well. Kron, 8.80 in Toronto here. We're bouncing off $8. Huge volume behind that one, guys. Some of the cannabis names in play as a result. Back over to you.
Man, Fastly can't get out of its own way here. Down 20%, well, almost 20%. It was down 20% when it bounced off 86. Trying to make a bottom and put in a bit of a lower end range here. I'm going to look to see if it can consolidate, give you a possibility of an 89, well, 88.50, 89 break a little bit later in the session. It's only half an hour in. Certainly some more room for it to fall. Obviously coming off monster pushes to the upside. We're getting very close to taking out this CCL here. As I'm sitting. Why am I sitting there? That's kind of ridiculous. This is one of those things that I have some old habits that will die hard. Sitting at 1360, I'm just going to get out here aggressively at 58. I'm looking for a 1365 break on Carnival Cruise Lines. That's the reason we're taking it off. I'll play a pullback into 40. I'll play a breakout into 1365. But a nice first long. I don't think we're done by a long shot with Carnival. Couple of wins there. Let's get a bigger one on 1365 break.
Yeah, finally a chicken dinner here for us on American. We talked about taking that one where we wanted it, and we do. We take it again. So yeah, we're not done with you yet. We go long here, out a little bit there, bad trade, but now we take more shares and get long, and now we're turn that stock profitable, thank God. So AAL now in the money and profitable once again for us and for you guys, hopefully, taking that trade. Our out is going to be down here, 1275 or so we'll wait to see how high this one wants to go. Go American Airlines on a breakout. Bang! Finally, we're back. The Raptors are back as well with a nice little swish here on AAL. Let's see how high this thing wants to go for us. We'll take some more out 94s if we can get it, but AAL, a nice little win. We're long 82s to go right now on AAL, guys. Good trade right here.
Yeah, I see you guys there. We did get a super chat asking about CHGG. Just going to check with Brendan because, I'm seeing absolutely no volume on Chegg. It's like 300,000 shares. And, if I see an 85 level, I don't see volume. I don't see any volatility given the fact that it's flat on the session. So immediately, nothing's going to pique my interest except for that level that I just saw in the pre-market there. And the simple fact, look, this is right in the middle of a couple of sessions in a row. But it was significant if you want to go back to the fourth. That was a bit of a bottom, not a bottom, sorry, a bit of a resistance point in the afternoon and also earlier in the morning. So I like the 85 level. I just don't know when it's going to do 300,000 shares off of earnings, which I have not read, if it's going to be a trade for me. But if that's your price on a long, maybe take it off at 85. Looks like the floodgates could open up if it does break that price, guys.
Okay, we are getting out right now of everything if we can of AAL, a nice little move upside. We said we'd try to hold this one a little bit more, and I think we accomplished that because we were getting some out 94, 95s. Normally we would scalp this out pretty quick, but watch out for the futures. Having a little bit of a problem there, so that's why, as I said, we're getting some out in the mid-90s. I would love this thing to keep going. I think we have a chance. We're in the pre-market. We are above $13, so there is a chance for this one to keep going. My stop point now, though, below 1280 or so. We don't need to let this one get away from us. But here we go now again, making another move here to the upside. AAL. Let's see how high this one. I can't go to 92. I'm waiting at 92s to get some out here, guys. So out at 92 would be nice if it will print. But right now, AAL just bouncing around 90s, 91s. We have enough shares that we could take this out to be a profitable trade, but we'd like it a little bit higher. Yeah, and of course, Kodak doing that thing that it does where off of the open tries to buy. A couple sessions ago, it did it hard turn at 1780. Same thing yesterday. Well, not same thing yesterday, but a move upside off of the open yesterday that actually got faded almost a little bit faster at 16. I'm looking at 1750 as that top here. If it does try to break back below yesterday's session high at 16 even, I think that's a nice little breakdown spot. It's a short at 16. I usually hunt for one breakdown short, but I'm also going to add to it, maybe fading 1750 if it gets there. But Kodak back in play for me. Well, it's never been out of play, but back on the target here. 16 even, going to look for a break to the downside. BHC having some trouble going more than 70 or 80 cents. I might just take the last third off for a 70, 80 cent winner and look for a breakdown through that support level, which I'll show in a second. But I have to get my order locked and loaded. 16 break for me on Kodak to the south side. Yeah, Norwegian not doing much either as we go to look. So I don't know what to really do at that spot. Sonos, we did talk about that in the pre-market as well. Obviously down here to 1468, just breaks 15 off the open, comes back up to 1525, now faded back in 1485 and change. I don't really love this name, so I'm going to move on from it. BMY right now, that was another one that we've absolutely crushed. We're basically 2 for 2. Well, now we're 3 for 3 because AAL's a win here now that we've cashed out of everything. We still have a little small piece on, but AAL, nice win. BMY, this is the talk that I'm talking about here. Off the open, it comes back down, gives us a gift at 6180, which I told you guys we were all sitting there waiting for that to come through. It does. We get it. Upside, $1 in the money there on BMY. Now it fades back. VWAP of 62, I like it. it, but it needs to get there, guys. It may not. We just took some more out, 87s here on AAL. We're looking for some more on that one. Yesterday, Mr. Buffett talked about BAC. So let's have a quick look here. He's stepping into this game. BAC now upside again today, 0.53%. Check out the daily chart. No surprise here why he wants in. We're really depressed on these banks. 34 before the pandemic, down to 25 right now. What's up, B?
Bloom Energy, guys, one from the energy group, racing back to the upside. They announced an offering this morning down here around 13, but just popped up on a volume scanner here through 1320. Big break to the upside. We're at 1350 now for BE, trying to get higher, guys.
Yeah, Bloom Energy.
Yeehaw. We'll get on that horse once again. BHC, Belsh, we're going to get out of this one, like I said. It's trying to put in a higher low in front of that 21 quarter target that we had. Look, we're just going to take it off here, 21.55. And I did mention maybe we'd only get like 70, 80. We got 90 cents on the last little third there. Would have been nice to grab the $1.25, but it is what it is. If it's going to stall out here and hold this level, that 21.50 area, I'd rather get out, look for a retest of 23, which I think is a potential break. Remember, in the pre-market, I was looking at a 23.50 level, so as good as a level break as 23 is, I might be scalping that one and then looking for 23.50 to be a little bit more significant, at least to the long side on Bausch. So a couple of levels, they're $2 away, at least for the time being, but watching for that long trade. Very volatile stock today, still up 11%, even with that big win to the short side we just had. Brennan, what do you got?
Nice look for Freeport here once again today. FCX, we mentioned this one yesterday. Huge move higher yesterday from 1320 up to 1430. You can see on the daily chart. So if I come over to today, yeah, we're starting that again. So $14 up to 1450 here for FCX, up 3%, guys.
And there it is, guys. Another chicken dinner winner. The same stock, but more of the same. 3 winners today, and all monsters, guys. AAL, monster win right now, guys. Long 1282. Okay, good one. BMY in the morning. We talked all about that. Huge win there. And Square, also a monster win. Wow, Square, 155 now. Guys, we were long 149 and change. Thank God we held enough to go to 153, but wow, what a ripper there on Square. So for today, you can see the numbers, guys. At the bottom, it's a home run. We're 3 for 3, all monster winners. We've hit our goals on all these stocks today. So yeah, it's a big one. We're looking for more, but I'm trying to put my name on trades that we like here, and I can't really find any. FLSY, we're looking for that level again to break. We do have VWAP. I am excited for Fastly. I still love that name. I don't think they're all about TikTok, but we will see. It has to break back above $90, but we're down 20%, guys.
This day was coming for Fastly. I mean, it was like people were always going to take profit. That's something that happens in the market. If you didn't take profit on Kodak already, days into this, I don't know what to say. Every single day it gives a little bit of a pop opportunity. You got the breakout trade. Only looking for shorts. I get to 16 break, able to take some out there at 65 first level. What I actually want to be doing here is just adding to this on pops. If I can catch something in the 25 range, somewhere around the quarters, I'm going to jump back into this for more shares. We got some out. We'll put some more back on, and then try to play this to the south side. As long as we hold below, say, like 1650 or so, we're going to be playing it. As far as Amara goes, this was my number one stock of the day, waiting for that break at 475. We got it. I did hold on to the last, like that 10-15% that we always do. That was a break-even stop that got slipped. 4 extra pennies down to 66. It's going to turn into a short for me. You got the break you're looking for. It fails to extend far past that 5. Now I'm looking to short this one below VWAP here in the 475 range. It's 10.10. Looking for the break right here, hopefully on MARA if it breaks below 470. But I need to go to Brennan right now for some upgrades and downgrades.
Hey guys, yeah, let's get you a few more symbols to have a look at. Just worth mentioning as well, I did notice there was some more chatter online about that rocket, guys, RKT in New York. So might be getting close to opening. Have a look at RKT. Let's have a look at upgrades and downgrades over there. Yeah, Etsy over here, Wayfair, another one, Square, and GoDaddy. GDDY having a nice day on earnings as well. Livongo reported earlier this week. Western Digital, I'm going to show you that in a second, really getting hit today after earnings as well. And Ceridian to the downside. I mentioned Etsy earlier. They sold $346 million worth of masks, face masks, in that quarter, guys. So a nice number there. Etsy to the downside, though. Yeah, really nice move aftermarket here. This was all-time highs in the aftermarket yesterday, but we're struggling here around this 130, 132 for Etsy, still in negative territory. Yeah, Western Digital really got struck here. $44 all the way down to $36.50, consolidating at day lows. Huge volume behind this move as well for WDC, guys.
I'm mad about WDC because we talked about that in the pre-market, and I had it written down here, and I don't know why we didn't take it, but WDC, big mover, guys. We wanted this break of 38.73. It happens right at the open. Could have had it all the way down. Western Digital, shitty report, and this is what happens when you do that. So Western Digital down 17%. I'm going to pick up my paper. That was missed opportunity.
Yeah, a downside halt finally happens in that ADTX here, guys, and it's holding below this 750 mark. It halted at 725, looking to see if it can break out the bottom here. I think if you're gonna use a level, I like 750 because of a previous halts to the upside, reopening at having a bottom at that price. So call it 25 to 40 as an entry point into the south side trade. Although I just got triggered into CCL, so back into the long in CCL. It's that 1365 break that we're looking for. So long CCL, looking for a short in ADTX if we can catch it in front of 750.
Okay, yeah, we're working out some of these positions here for you guys. There's some questions about what am I doing on AAL. Yeah, I'm still in. I'm in about 20% of that position still on AAL. So if anybody's interested in that, our best out there was $12.99. We didn't actually get anything above 13. So we did wait for that, but missed it. So AAL still to go, guys. Nice little trade, 16 cents in the money on that one.
Yeah, CCL basically holding right at that same breakout level. We get to trade at 1365, nothing to shake us out. No reason to even add on a dip, but you do have a consolidation range. All the way down to 1350, I think maybe 55 to 60 might be a better entry point here. We already had one long. If it consolidates, we're certainly willing to add to this position. We've seen what can happen once you get a direction going in Carnival Cruise Lines. And yeah, we're down a little bit here, but it's been rather strong. There was some nice buying down at 1330. Let's see if we can repeat that same process up here at 1365. We have this one to the long side. I did get back into Mara. This is a short trade below VWAP here. I got 69s. I want to add to it mid-70s. And Kodak trying to reload here in front of that 1625. Already took one shot. We'll see if we can't take another. I don't want to get too far away from Bausch. Has not taken out that 225 bottom, getting very, very close. Like I said, I got out in front of that support. We'll get back in when it breaks the low here, but just hasn't happened yet. Only one long position. Might have a third if Bausch takes out 2125.
Okay, and yeah, again, the day just keeps getting bigger and better for us. But there goes Donkey Kong here. DraftKings, Brendan, straight to the upside. You gave us that news on Penn. Surprising how long it took DraftKings to get going. We were actually looking at it down here and breaking the pre-market top. We didn't take it. Then we get that news from Penn. So now DraftKings up a little bit. We finally go long, small position. We're going to see if it wants to take out more levels, and then we can add to it. So right now, DraftKings needs to get up here, 35. We know this name can go, so no problems there. 34.22 right here, atop the last little while. So we'll see if it can get going. But right now, 34.17. We're in the money nicely. We are long right now, of course, 06. So it just goes up there to 17s. We'll get some out if it gets near 20s, and then we'll regroup on that one. But AAL, guys, we could go 4 for 4 here. If DraftKings, we could get DraftKings out right now and go 4 for 4. But here's AAL. Bang that one to the upside. So we say thank you so much to Mr. Trump and the organization, the administration, I guess, and everybody for giving some more relief to the airlines. And here we go to the upside. Nice little trade, 1280 long, right there off that break. We tried it. We got out. I told you we got out of about 2/3. We held the last. Then we doubled, tripled up. Now we're going long side, and we're almost out, holding that 10% right now on this name. But wow. AAL to the upside, making it 4 for 4 today. Big time moves. DraftKings, we're in that square. BMY, and now AAL. Follow me and do exactly as I say sometimes, and we will have some winning days. So a good trade there. Candy, KNDI, the electric car maker, also going crazy here. Let's have a quick look at that.
Yeah, LVS trying to break through 45. It did make a fresh high through 45. Got to 03s here, guys, but slamming back down, just trying to shake some people out. I like it probably all the way back into 44, 17. 44.75, 44.80. Otherwise, I'm going to take a second break through the new high at 48.03. Came back in the money on Kodak also back below 16, but I'm not taking it off. I already took like a 20-cent scalp on some of it. We'll see if we can't get a little bit more than that the next time and try to hold on to that short. But watch out, LVS looking very, very strong. I like it on a bit of a dip play in front of the 3/4. Maybe use that as the stop if you want to dip by here, guys.
Okay, DraftKings, we already took it out right there, 34.20. So a nice little win there. We continue the go. I mean, air horn this one out, guys, today. It's been a big one today as we go. We continue to crush it here on the show. So good trading moving forward. Let's just wait to see what DraftKings has in store for us now. It's 7.10 cents in the money. I'm going to give it back down here, 33.90. Maybe this break, 33.80 or so for DraftKings, but that's a good one. We do have Brendan, I believe.
On that Candy, guys, KNDI, 8%. Yeah, nice move here. Just took out day highs there once again on a decent volume spike. If you remember this day from about a week ago, they announced that they were coming to the U.S. They released more details today on distribution plans for their products in the U.S. Remember, they're bringing 2 of their electric vehicle models to the U.S. marketplace. So a little more details released today on distribution for those guys.
Yeah, I just trying to load my chart there on KNDI there for 950 upcoming right now. I think it's going to be an interesting play for a break. And you mentioned some of the levels. I think it's worth noting there is a 975 on the daily chart that you're going to have to pay attention to as well. So it's likely to be a scalp trade through 950 into 975, but we can play the trend if it wants to break up there. I did get into LVS there. I talked about dip buying. Got 89s. I'd much prefer something a little bit closer to the 70s if I can get a few more shares down there. As far as Kodak goes, wasn't able to quite catch this one on the way back, and I took some shares on the reload on the way up, but try to get more on the way down, which I do prefer. Once we break through 1580, we'll have another test of this little bottom where we got up the first time 1560 and see if we can't hold into a 15 even area on the Kodak short trade. It was the 16 break that we looked for. If we can hold the quarters, we're going to be all over this one to the short side almost entire day. But here goes Candy through 950. Even as I mentioned it, couldn't even catch that break.
Yeah, I caught it, and here we go, guys. We're going to get out here, hopefully, if we can, upside at 60, but it's coming back down, so we try to get it some 67s there on the stop, but KNDI, no good right now. Up to 67, let's go. We're just long here, no problems, at 953. So right now, it's a nice little 12-cent win. We'll wait to see how high this wants to go. May not go at all, so we'll wait to see on KNDI here to the upside. Hopefully that one can go. We also do have end of the IO right now. Downside, we'll take a little bit out here if we can at 71. We talked about taking that break through 75, bounces back down, comes back up, and now we take NIO short here at 74. So let's wait to see what this one wants to do. I don't know. We do have an upside here of 1380, so we could get squeezed out a little bit on NIA. I got blocked. What does this mean, Elizabeth Miller? Thank you for the $5 for sure. I got blocked. Love you, Valeria. Okay. Valeria, yes, the #1 host on the show. She'll be back soon. Traders, I think, cheering AMD.
AMD moving to the upside. We just had a fresh high on LVS, so I got my second low to the long side here. Average price is going to be right at that 45 even break area, so a bit of a dip and then breakout play in Las Vegas. Look, I'm looking at the quarters. I'm looking at those 50s to the upside targets, but we also have to monitor Carnival Cruise Lines, which the market is starting to run here, and we did already have a good long. I have the secondary long here on the break at 1365. It's still consolidating. It's in the bit of the money, a few pennies here or there. Now starting to try to go. We'll take some off in front of the quarters. Then I'm going to try to hold this till a 14 even area. So second long trade in Carnival now working in the money for us. Las Vegas Sands and Carnival, both longs for me here. I still have that Mara short, which is doing absolutely nothing for me. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's in the money 5 cents. But given what we did to the long side, that's just not exciting as we have a nice long here in CCL. Market trying to go. Let's see if these recovery plays can go with them.
Okay, yeah, we are looking for some recovery plays, that's for sure. Donkey Kong looking like some upside move, maybe over with. We'll wait to see on DraftKings. And just to give you guys another out on where we'll be, we already took that 20 cents or so in at 34, out at 19 or 17 or 18, whatever that price is. But here we go. Just having a quick look. We're going to hold this one till 33.50 all the way down here, downside 33.50. So we'll give this one 50 cents of room and see if that will work out for us. Hopefully it does. and we can have another win. We did take some more out here. Looked like AAL was going to break. We did get our 1302 out. So AAL now, we're super light. We're just letting that one run through. But look at Candy. Bang that one out. Catapult. Guys, no losers today. We have Nio on board. AAL, big win. BMY, big win. Donkey Kong, possible loser. Candy, you're seeing this right now, 30 cents. Nio, we're going to wait on that one. And Square is the big cowbell winner for the day. Let's take out some KNDI now at 980 and celebrate that one for a nice little win. But now we're going over to the big screen with the big guy and Brendan.
Time for small cap recap. Guys, let's have a look at a couple of names that were moving around in the pre-market. We'll start with this one, ADTX. It's been halted a few times in here this morning, one to the upside, now one to the downside as well. I talked about $7 right before the open, so it was holding nicely in this consolidation below $7. Gave you a really nice opportunity there at 7, flush all the way down to, that was 573, that wick low down there to the downside. So 7 down to 573. We sadly did not have locates on this stock, but great short at that point. And then the long came into play as well above 7, so halted on the volatility move to the upside. This thing got all the way to 850, so 7 up to 850 on the long side, or the early short there on ADTX. That is why we like to look at these. I did not put this upright, but there was 2 other ones I was going to show you. Going to talk about those in a couple minutes, guys.
I want to jump out to a couple of names here. Of course, LVS is moving to the upside. We still got that nice long at 45, couple double barrel action, long trades in CCL and that. We did just get the break in Bausch here at the low, so 21.25 goes. We're back into the short trade on that breakdown trade. Got 21.22, so not a lot of slippage there. Getting close to a kill zone in Kodak, so I'm basically flat on NCLH. The first real loser could actually be in Kodak, but if I'm going to go down on a ship, it's going to likely be shorting Eastman Kodak, as I should say. I never actually call them that. But BHC, new position alert, short on the break of the low of the day. We've already taken 3 nice wins on BHC. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more here as we take out the bottom. Here comes Carnival, still trying to break through that 1375, that long breakout. Thank goodness we took out the first long, because trouble on the second one.
What's up, B?
AVCT, we'll run through these real quick, guys. AVCT was the other one I was going to mention there, 110% still, but just halted to the downside. So volatility halt downside here, just went from 1175 to 10 on the sell side. So big move down for AVCT. Watch 950. This is 950 down here. It needs to get under that before it's really a short. And Mara, yeah, Neil was looking at this 5 level to the long side. I liked 520 short, so nice move back down to 470 here, 460 on Mara, back to the downside along with cryptos, guys.
And guys,
it had to happen.
Area, but it's Superman time as we go. Look at Candy, guys. It doesn't matter what I trade, apparently, unless it's Bitcoin. 950 long. We grab that long out at 985. So once again, another big win. I'm going to put this up. I'm just screen capping it right here. We'll put this up on Twitter. Follow me if you want the winners here. AAL, BMY, DraftKings now back into the money. Candy, Nio, and Square. Bangers today, Neil. Let's go.
Yeah, just got out of LVS. I talked about this already at 45 quarter. We take some out. You had the dip buy at 89. We'll take those out on the secondary break for a quick 20-cent win. Then you get the breakout at 45 as well. We'll take that out as well for a 25-cent win. We still have the second portion of that position that we're going to look for an extended move here. And it's just a typical breakout play. It's already put in 1. You missed it. That's fine. You just jump into the secondary party here. This is what Brendan is all about. In the daily chart, in terms of a swing, you got definitely room up to 47. For me as a day trader, I'm looking to hold this break maybe to 45.50, see if it can go any further than that, guys. But it is what it is. I'm going to have my first losing stock of the day on Kodak. But like I said, that's a ship. Look, you have to be able to die on some swords, and I basically won every single day that I have shorted it. We'll see if we can jump back into it at some point. But I do want to jump back over to Carnival, because this is the slowest breakout that I've seen in a while in Carnival on a level I really like. So it does take out this opening range high. It's literally never threatened me, and also never gone more than a few cents in the money here. So I have no reason to really do much of anything but hang on. I'm going to have my stop down around that reload type area at 60s. But otherwise, let's hang on to Carnival, heading upside here. We're in the money, just not by a heck of a lot, and very slow action. But the market's with us. Brendan, what do you got?
It's been on a tear lately, guys. Arlo Technologies, ARLO, you can see on the daily chart, $3 to $6 here in the last few weeks. So big move up for Arlo. They reported aftermarket yesterday. You can see up 23% on decent earnings, guys.
Yeah, 90.25 here on Fastly. We'll see if we can get that one going back to the upside. You do have VWAP right here, 89.50. I'd like to see it above this level here, 90.25 before we go. But it's a big one here, needless to say. Fastly making some moves today. 18 and a bit down. So we'll see. I like to try to catch this one back to the upside, so we'll wait to see on that. NIO, I mean, again, we're trying to be as patient as we can with this one, giving it back here to 1380 and change before we do get out, but we just took some out, 70 and then again 71s. So we'll wait to see, man. I mean, I don't know what this name wants to do. It doesn't seem like it wants to do anything here today, but we have it, and we have a decent position on board right now. The largest number of shares that I've had on any stock today would be actually it was AAL, but here we go, NIO again. They're both $13 stocks, so you got to trade those with a little bit more shares. I do like CCL here. CCL going upside though. I was looking downside. They did have that release of more shares at $14, so we could get back to that price. That would make sense to me. A breakthrough $13.75, maybe something. I'm looking at you, Daryl and Elizabeth, to see what you think about CCL, guys.
I love that quote. STFU will go with a coward dies 1,000 times before his death, but the valiant taste death but once. That is fantastic. Let me know where you got that one from. That's a fantastic little quote there. I do want to jump quickly back over to Bausch. I still have that short on. You can see the positions on the bottom, but look, it's a trend sort of trade. We did get out in front of, in front of that opening range bottom for a nice little win. You waited for the rollover. We took that trade. I'm going to like a 23.50 break if it gets there, but for now, it's the short, as long as we're holding below 22 to 22.50. If it does break down through 21, I'm looking to be a holder through that price. I might take some shares off if I see enough of a buyer, and then just jump back in on a 22 break. But otherwise, we got the short on BHC, and we're going to give it at least till about 21.50 to 21.65. That's more of an area stop, so I have it up on a level 2 as opposed to a hard stop. Spread can open up on this one, so watch out. Only a couple of cents now, but I've seen it open to like 10, and it is a $20 stock with like a $6 range since the beginning of the open here, so since the pre-market top. So you really do want to watch out with volatility. AVCT, I just want to jump back to this one. I'm looking at this level here at about 940. Just halted to the downside a couple of times, and a 940 break could really open those floodgates on AVCT.
Oh yeah, and about having a losing trade today, maybe not. DraftKings still going to the upside here. That was going to be potentially a loser. We were going to give it down to 33.50, but there it is. We take it out again. Big stick time here. Hit these winners for you guys all day here. Again, DraftKings, let's see how high it wants to go up. Just another winner for yours truly here as we continue to go. Shout out to everybody who's part of this team today, and shout out to Miss V at home. Hope you're feeling better. Today's been a monster day. There goes now. Okay, there's our first loser here today. NIO, we are now out of this one. We're holding that 10% left, but it does crack back above. So yeah, we're going to go 6 for 7 today, it looks like, on stock. So there's a loss right there. Short 74, out 80, took a little bit off, but nothing really. Took 15% off down here, and then we get taken out 80% topside. So we're still holding a little bit, but yeah, not going to be a winner on NIO. Cancel some of those downside targets now, but still, decent trade there. Loser, but doesn't matter because everything else ripping to the upside. AAL now back to basically intraday highs at 13.05. We have that big stick at 12.82, so good one there. We're sorry about the NIO, but hide your kids, hide your wife. 6 for 7 ain't horrible considering the kind of money that we've made today. What's up, B?
Yeah, a little bit of a weak look for NIO compared to some of the other ones even in that group. But via C here, guys, back to an interesting level. 27.50 was resistance on that last push to the upside. Just got resisted again up there at 27.50. So big reversal from that sell volume that came in at the open back to 27.50. We'll see what happens for Viacom CBS here, guys.
Yeah, good look on Viacom. Finally getting a bit of a move. We take some shares out of Carnival Cruise Line. So, look, if you're hitting free throws at a rate of over 80%, that's definitely going to be good. I'm basically the same rate, although I would say 6 for 7. But when I look at NCLH, I have to call it out. It's going to be a winning trade when you catch that opening break. And yeah, we end up losing on the second long, getting wicked out here at 13.40 on the bottom end. So overall, it's going to look like, yeah, okay, fine. You might have a positive number next to your name, but I don't like that. And it's ultimately, I was talking about NCLH for the break. I took it first. Yeah, we got Carnival, and yes, it's a nice winner, but NCLH was a better position. So for me, as much as this is going to go down as a win, I'm not counting it, not that way. CCL, fair enough. We got a good read on that. We've had a couple of long positions here, but you can see, look at the trouble we're running into. I finally get some 80s out here on that break at 65. Slow movement, NCLH much, much faster, and we did have that long as well. Just should have been much, much bigger. But we'll slap shot it anyways. And my shout out's going to go to, with a slap shot, get better. Jake Muzzin took a bit of a spill. I think he's doing okay. Maple Leafs, fantastic player. I think the Leafs going to be in trouble if he misses too much time.
Yeah, he's missing the whole series. Okay.
He even down to the series?
Yeah, the whole series. Up 13-12 right now. AAL, big banger right there. We hit that one and make that money. So here we go. AAL, good win for us to the upside. Hopefully you still have that. I know there's a few people. Lori, you are on that one. So congratulations to you, Lori. Big time win. Candy, big time win. AAL, big time win. The winners don't stop. What up, B?
Another one, guys. This one popped midday yesterday. If you remember, IZEA, huge volume came in on some news for IZEA midday yesterday. Look what just happened. Another pop here on big time volume for IZEA. Needs to get above this 185, 190 area, but just going to start watching this one now, guys.
I just got that break in Bausch here at 21. Look, it's going to be about 25 pennies in the money here. This is the break we're looking for. We got the bottom end. Now we've taken out the even dollar. This was in the pre-market all the way at 20 even. That's going to be a reasonable target for me. However, we'll look at quarters. We'll look at 2050. That's going to be the first area that we want to take some shares off. I might trail some of this. I might trail half of it to about a 21.25. That'll be that break even. The rest, we're looking to see if we can run another close to dollar winner. We've already taken one on BHC. We'll see if we can do it one more time here. Carnival, every 5 pennies it slows down. I take a little bit off. When it goes up to 85, I'll do the same, and probably all the way up to 14 even. But it's a nice trending trade that's going to work well for us here. It looks like Bausch could be the same thing to the south side, guys.
Okay, AAL right now. Big win. We just took the rest out right now. Now holding 5% of that trade, as that's a nice little win for us for sure. Let's check out what KNDI. Wow, KNDI goes to 980, back down here again to that exact same level that we got into. I did want to say thank you to everybody again. Loving out Twitter feed. 6,100 followers. We were at 58 or something yesterday. So thank you so much for all of the love there. We'll keep answering all of your direct messages as much as I can. We try our best to get to them all. What up, B?
So they kind of shrugged off earnings yesterday, guys, for Nikola. If you remember, it really was a bit of a non-event. Big move up early on, but then did nothing for the rest of the day. Another kind of push higher here today for Nikola. You can see on the daily chart, we're just kind of in this range here, but watch 38, that prior high from early on this morning coming into play for Nikola, guys.
The arrow is up on Carnival Cruise Lines. I just mentioned, of course, I'll just start taking out every little resting point. It immediately goes right through that 85. I take some out there. I'm going to likely get some more shares out in front of that 90 area. Ultimate target, we can get 14. If it rolls over, I'll be thinking about some pullbacks or maybe even a secondary break. We've had 2 long positions in Carnival. One was the bottom pick at 13.30. Probably should have been NCLH. It is what it is. We picked one. It's a big win. Could have been just a hair bigger if I look at the volatility in that move. We get the secondary break, of course, at 13.65. That's what we got on right now. Another win over in Bausch as well. I think we got this trend pegged. I talked about getting some out in that 20.75 range. I was able to take a 40-cent win there. We did the same thing on the way down the first time. This is a much more rapid move on the initial rollover at 940. It's really starting to slow itself down here. So, going to hang on to this one probably a little bit longer than our initial trade on a breakdown. If we're going to get that $20, it might take a while. So I'm prepared to hang on to this probably into that 11 o'clock hour. Otherwise, I'm now sliding my stop just above break even. So probably in the 21.25 to 21.50 range. You got to be willing to give some back if this trend is going to continue.
Yeah, trend is always your friend, so watch out for that move there on Bausch. And you know what, Brendan, I like that move here on Nikola, up 8% today. So we'll wait to see. It'll be 9 or 10%, or I guess it'll be 8 and a bit once we pass through $38. So let's watch out for that. I'm going to go long through there. So if you guys are interested in that trade, I'll be on that one in the way we're trading. Maybe you guys should be as well. Look at AAL. big time move. Thank you to everybody for the love on the chat for this move. AAL, just what a great trade. We stumbled a little bit. We had to get some out. Again, we're not trading minimal shares here. We're actually trying to make some money. So we're going upside here, 1328 to the upside. We'll see what happens now. 1315. We're not holding very many shares, so it doesn't matter overall. But AAL, congratulations to everybody, guys. Big time trade there. We'll wait to see what happens next. I can't really find anything. I do have DraftKings. Really slow moving on this one. We'll wait to see if we can get in. Nicola, also maybe that might be the play. Square, we did have a big win on that one today to the upside, 152.30. We'll take that out, but 152.82 coming into play again on Square. Watch out for that kind of a break. I don't mind 153.50. We could get that to go, guys.
And there goes 14, exactly as we got for a target. It just broke through 14 on Carnival Cruise Lines. I get all out. It's trying to be a bit of a failed break here. If it takes it a second time, I might take a small position for a quick little scalp. But we've already pegged this one from 13.30 and then 13.65, and you get the move into 14. I'm not going to throw away the money we made in Carnival Cruise Lines, so it's been a big trade. It's going to slide sort of right into that number one spot. Mara was good, but Carnival just a little bit better. Brennan, what do you got?
Trying to test the lows here on Fastly, guys. The reason I bring this up, if I slide over the market here, this is the futures. We're right at this high, so 33 kind of quarter up to, 33.25 up to 33.28. Prior resistance on the overall market, so this one very, very weak today. Right at this 86.75 low for Fastly, guys.
Fastly, okay. And look at this, guys. Again, this is another one. We got to hide the wife and kids here because NIO is right back down into the money. So the only losing trade we had all day today does come right back for us, right in the money. And look at this, guys. Sometimes you get those bad outs, and that looks like a bad one for sure. As we get out at 81, it might not seem like anything, but damn it, now we're going back down to the downside, down to 1368. Just a little bit too much move there for us. We should have held on to that one. I'm going to study up the charts and figure out how I could have held that a little bit more. I guess we could have given it up here, but like I said, you got to trade your book, however many shares you have. That was just a little bit too much. I lost a couple hundreds of dollars the other day. I know that's not proper English on NIO, so I just didn't want to see that happen again. But there it is to the downside. We'll hit that tomorrow and have some hot dogs for you on that one. 66.65 wowzers here on NIO. We did have that one. Sorry about giving that up, guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Look, you're gonna have some trades that you take off a little bit early. I'm just looking back in my NCLH here quickly. Just noting I did make bottom wick here at 13.41. So congratulations to me. If I didn't get CCL, I'd probably be a little more peeved about that. I just want to make a quick note here, guys. We do have coming up a little bit later on at the end of the show on our Market Wisdom channel, trading the open. Obviously, you're seeing us do that now. It's been a fantastic morning to say the least. Basically, shooting free throw percentages up here. Unless you're Shaq, obviously we're doing well, better than him anyways. But look, we're talking about trading the open. A lot of people have another job they might get to, only have a few hours in the day. Certainly as a day trader, even a swing trader, that first hour or the first half an hour, even the pre-market can be very, very profitable. This is what it's all about. If you want some future topics for us to cover, drop a comment in the channel, throw it in the chat, tweet at us, any of those ways will get us to put it on our list to cover in the future. But a good one coming up there. I do want to jump back over to a Carnival and NCLH here. Rollover at 14 even where I got out in Carnival, and NCLH at 14.42. So as the market comes back in, it looks like we picked a bit of a temporary top in both of these recovery names as they're heading to the upside almost all along here, guys. No, I didn't fire a shot to Shaq. It's not controversial. He stinks at the line. What do you want me to say?
Shots fired. Wow.
It is what it is, guys. Let's throw it to Brendan right now for Sector Watch.
Did someone...
Fantastic golfer as well, Shaq is. Let's have a look at the S&P 500, guys. We are back in the red, but just. Negative 0.03, 0.04% to the downside. Day of individual names, kind of offsetting individual names, as we mentioned back on Monday. So travel names, first off, back to the upside. So strength coming from some of the travel group as well. WIN, MGM, NCLH, RCL, CCL. We mentioned lots of news related to this group today, but they are back in positive territory. Here's the airlines up here. AAL, DAL, and UAL, 1% to about 2.5%, helping to offset some some negativity coming from earnings. HII down about 10% on earnings. PH, though, another one with earnings in the industrial group. That was 3% to the upside. So this group is actually positive, but just kind of like the overall market at this point. Travel names, though, is where the strength is coming from at this point. Viacom over here, 4.5%, helping to lift the communication services. ATVI there as well, also earnings name 3%. CTL down here, 5.7%. Wanted to mention that one also reported with earnings. All the negativity from these two groups today, healthcare and tech stocks, RMD, X-Ray, BDX, and CAH. Have a look at CAH. Nice move to the downside off the open. Mylan here as well, 4% in negative territory. So these two groups offsetting the rest of the entire market at this point. WDC, yeah, huge move down, 16%. FLIR, another earnings name. Some of the chip makers also in negative territory today. Micron here about 4%. We have AMAT as well, 2% to the downside. So semiconductors also weak. FISV, one standing out to the upside there. HPE and MSI also about 2% in positive territory, but a bit of a mixed bag as you can see across the board so far today. So overall, we are basically flat, negative 0.09% on the overall S&P. Back over to Sean.
I know, it's me. I'm doing moment of silence for my NIO trade there. Yeah, you don't ever hear me not have anything to say, but I'm going to throw something, and I don't know what it is, but sometimes you need to control your emotions here. We did have, I told you NIO was one of my biggest positions of the day, and look what happens now, guys. It's just going straight to hell in a handbag right now. So the only losing trade P&L-wise that I'm going to have on is NIO, but look at this. Oh my God, like I mean, we're still holding a small percentage here, but this is falling off a cliff. Look at the futures also falling. So no surprise that this is falling down. You can see what the futures are doing, but damn it, we got out of this one and we had to do that up here. That's gonna happen sometimes. So pants down on end of the IO right now. We don't have very many shares left. Big follower down there on size, just got chewed up actually at 56. Maybe the move is over, but we're gonna take some more out. It's actually, guys, it's because it's fallen this much and I'm still holding on to some. Let's see if we get 55s. There it is, bang that for 55. It's actually not that big of a loser right here. I'll probably tweet this out and tell you that we did take out 80% down there, but now this last 10% or so, because remember we took out about 10% there, 80% there, now we got 10% left, less than that now, but as we go to the downside now, 6% left. Wow, 54s, 55s, big time win here for NIO, not on the net of the shares, but on what's left. So NIO still to the downside. Very confident now with NIO. We had a perfect read. We lost too much on it the other day. Otherwise, we probably would have held that. But that's just what we do. We actually talked yesterday, Neil. As you remember, we talked yesterday about what to do after losing trades and losing days. And I think that's a good example. I stayed away from NIO. I did put on the same risk, but tightened up to stop and actually got burned. But that's okay. We'll be back tomorrow. The market's open tomorrow, so we'll be back.
I have a new thing I'm going to do with Neil there, and it's if I'm shorting it, then I'm gonna call it NIO, and if I'm going long, I'll call it by its real name, Neo. You guys are gonna hear us talk about, and it's NIO. That's why you hear NIO from us. I threw up the pig animation, and people don't like it. I don't know. Maybe we'll get rid of it. Maybe it's a bit morbid. But pigs get slaughtered, and I had a plan on LVS. I was a little bit passive trying to get out in front of 45.50 on the way back in. I then missed my exit point and maybe lock in profit in the last little third. So it's a break-even stop that triggers here, but you got to have a stop. Had break even. I moved it to break even when it passed that quarter mark, and now we're getting a retrace in here. So I just had that short in Bausch, our second short. It's about 50 pennies in the money. Remember, I'm looking for 75 cents to a buck. Brennan, what do you got?
Just watching headlines here. Pretty decent move down in the futures there. So the market coming in pretty heavily. That would explain this move up in dust. You can have a look at GDX. This is another ETF that follows the gold miners. Little one, smaller, lower price anyways, but big volume spike, higher or to the upside for DUST, guys, through 1650 there. But yeah, market just came off about 10 handles there. We'll have a look at why, guys.
Yeah, definitely worth a look there. But I also want to remind everybody that we do have that IPO, I believe, the biggest mortgage lender in the U.S. Quicken, look, it's going to be Quicken that everyone knows, Quicken Loans, but Rocket Companies is the name. You're going to see nothing here. I do see a level 2 quote, so I mean, I'm not sure exactly when we're going to open up. We do hope we get to trade it for you guys on the show. There's no guarantees. We've literally seen these IPOs sometimes debut at 12:01, which is very, very frustrating. I just want to go back over to Bausch. It's the only short that I have on here, and just sort of update you guys if you haven't been following along. We did take a first roll over at 2250 break. We're out of all of it in front of the opening range low here for about an 80-90 cent win on the last little bit. We then take the break at 21.25, sort of in front of the even dollar. We like the low end break, and then consolidates, takes the even break. Either one of those is going to be good for you there. But I want to hold this last little bit to see if we can either get out in front of 20 even for almost a dollar win. And I'm now going to move my stop, which was higher than break even, to a break even stop on a Bausch & Lomb. So I want to update this. Some people use trailing stops, and you could throw a trail for like 30 or 40 cents. I'm going just shifting it to break even at this point, looking to see if we can hold on for the monster winner on the second half.
Yeah, Bausch & Lomb, a good look there for sure. Yeah, I haven't traded that name today. Everything we've traded today has been huge. Look at AAL oh, by the way, thank you for everything. I seen some nice chats there here, and one of them, one that I wanted to say, it was at Sean Katina. Here it was here. Sam L, thank you so much for that. And I mean, that's what we're trying to teach here on the show. My attitude is a winner, learning from mistakes. You have to. I mean, you can't just sit here and talk a little bit about it. Yeah, we know. And then there's Ruben there. Yeah, Neil confirmed that. We know what the name of the stock is there. Candy, we had that going to the upside. I did want to say thank you to everybody. And look, in the green here, guys, peoples that are members, it's easier to see you. Shout out to Callaway Jones, Mr. Wheelie Man, Joseph Mendoza, big up to you as well. Keep on making money, man. This is a money-making machine, the show. And if you want the show to keep on coming through, guys, you got to hit that join button. It's $5 a month. Like, nobody else even really shows live trading the way that we do, let alone discuss all of our trades, let alone have two of us doing this, let alone have the educational segments as well. So if anybody can do that, I'll give you a shout out right now on the show. Please, the support would be fantastic. If you do have that opportunity to do so, we greatly appreciate it. We understand if not, less than the price of one trade. And look at what we've given you today. AAL, can't get any bigger than that. Make hundreds off that if you want. BMY, big time trade in the morning. And then I told you we were cashing out of that one. KNDI, big win right there, right away. Breaking through 950. There's a winner for you. This one, Neo, there you go. How's that pronunciation? That name, winner, but not for me today. And then Square, the biggest trade for me all day. We slay that dragon out of nowhere. Square, big win. Noticing here, guys, on Square, why did we fall so much in the pre-market? Goes to 144. We say, nah, we wait for that to come back through 149.50. That's the high right there. Holy shnikes. Thank you so much. Pro Day Trader, thank you so much for that. Florane, thank you so much for that as well. And then Edwin in the building. Thank you so much. 3 members. John Bartlett in the house. What's up, our good friend John?
We know John.
Bartlett in the house. Look, ask and you shall receive. Thank you so much. You must like me. Thank you, guys. What's up?
Watching out for Etsy here, guys. Just want a quick note here. Higher low being put in, at least temporarily, 127.50. This is a bit of a mixed bag here for Etsy, of course, at the open, trying to push to the upside through 139 and turning around on a dime. If we can retrace any of this, is a market trying to hold this 3310 area on the ES. If you look over at the NASDAQ, we're well above that, well above that 11,000 mark, but 11,100. I'm looking for a break back to the upside at some point on Etsy. I think you can use this like 127.50 as a bit of a ramp up spot. However, look, I'm going to join the party here. If 126.50 goes, I'm going to be a seller at some point in Etsy if it does take it out there, guys. So that dollar range I'll stay away from, but inside of it, long in front of 75, 127.50, sorry, and then short at a 126.50 break on Etsy.
And guys, big fist bump to absolutely everybody punching them out today. Thank you so much. Let's just keep on going. Dan Nielsen, thank you so much for membership. Beza, thank you so much for your membership. There's another one, Mitchell Scott coming through. Welcome, Psy Guy as well. Did I get everybody? Welcome, Key West. Nice place. Maybe we'll go there one day. Key West, thank you so much. John, we already said well, thank you to you. And a big thank you to, wow, this is like, I don't know, 15 members right now. Dan Nielsen Photography, thank you so much. Big shout out. If you need your photography done, hit up Dan Nielsen there. Matt as well, thank you so much. And then another one, Mitchell Scott. What up, Mitchell Scott? Thank you so much. Look at all these thumbs up, guys. Smash that like button. Let's get going. We're on fire today. So like I said, if you want to keep watching us, let's get those sponsorships up and rocking and rolling. The money be flying in here, Brendan. Thank you just so much. There's another one, D Sexton. What up? What up, B?
It is currency time, guys. Let's have a look at some foreign exchange world markets and see how things are shaping up so far today. We were mentioning at the beginning of the week some U.S. dollar weakness coming into play, so we saw a lot of things moving higher in a hurry, including the Canadian dollar over here. We had a two-day move that went from 74.5 to 75.5, so finally getting a little bit of a pullback here for the CAD USD back towards that 75 area today. You can see we're down. Where is it? Down 0.4% here, back to 75 for the Canadian dollar. So everything kind of lower as the U.S. dollar ticks higher today. The euro included 118.25 there, down 0.3%. British pound, though, standing out. Some more decent economic data over in the UK, 131.3, up 0.2%. Swiss franc also higher today. Japanese yen not doing anything. Australia and New Zealand, again, a little bit of a breather. They've had quite the run up over the past couple of days, so kind of holding steady after big moves earlier in the week. Cryptocurrencies also having a little bit of a breather. Bitcoin 11,700 now. We were talking about 11,200 a couple days ago. 395, 396 for Ethereum, both kind of chopping around, not really doing a heck of a lot. Guys, back over to you.
Right, I know you remember me when it was like 10,000. I was like, Bitcoin's gone now. So when it breaks key levels, guys, it sure does. Wow, God, thank you so much. We could just keep on talking about all these members. Shout out to Mr. Wheelie Man. Thank you so much. You made your best trade ever square. Bang that one out. You're welcome for that, Mr. Wheelie Man. There we go. Another trade right there. Salvatore, thank you so much. That's my name of my old cat, Salvatore. Manal, thank you so much for keep on going. Jose Guzman, almost like that old Blue Jay, Juan Guzman there. Thank you so much for all of that. And there we go, guys. Big time alert. Yeah, Candy, I see that, William. I've already cashed out on that one. What up, Larry Fowler? Wow, thank you so much, guys. Big time membership support. That's how we do it on the show. And we love it, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, guys. And the trading is not going to stop here, just because it's 11 o'clock. Bausch is making another leg to the downside. It's about to break 2050. That momentum for me, if it breaks a few backs, that's going to get me out of my secondary short here. 21.22 is that price. If we can catch anywhere from 70 cents to $1, it'll be in that range. I just want to see if it consolidates on a 2050 break. We'll grab out of that trade. But one other name that I want to quickly jump back to, because Etsy is on the move. Fastly as well here, putting in a double bottom, but this is right at 86 even that it's trying to hold up at. And look, the market's starting to come back in. Down 20%, so it's going to be short sell restricted. It's going to be difficult to hit that bid. 86 break for me. I will take a shot to scalp it. If it holds this level though, or even gives a fail break, can't go much past like the quarters and jumps back, that might be the price to defend here on Fastly, down that 20%, and maybe we can catch a retracement into VWAP. From here, risk to reward, if you catch it on the way back up, maybe it puts a low 20 or 30 cents lower. You get it on the way back in, slip it at 20 cents, risk 50 to make $2 or $3. I'm going to like that setup, but first things first, the test of 86. Here it comes on Fastly.
Yeah, exactly. Slip that in there. Okay, we're waiting to go upside now with NIO, but again, we're still short. A nice little cash on NIO today for us on that last bit of a move. We've already talked about that. I'm going to drop my Twitter in there. Did we just get more members? Wow. Yeah, I guess you guys do like what we're doing here. James, thank you so much. And Larry, that was a big little run there. Thank you so much for the continued support as we continue to put this show on for free. But now we got those members. So thank you so much for that. That's fantastic. Thank you for the support as we continue to go. NIO 15 cents in. Donkey Kong, we're still waiting, guys. We've already cashed out at 60% up here. Now we'll hold a little bit more to the downside. It's getting close to that time. Wow, it's 11 o'clock already. I haven't even gone up. Oh, and shout out to anybody who's doing Hydration Nation. I haven't even touched it yet today. Check this out, guys. The Trader TV sticker is on there. Shout out right there. The Trader TV Live sticker. Get those on our merch page as well. So I feel like we're hawking a lot of merchandise there. But Trader TV sticker, I like it. Wife likes it. Kids like it. The only problem is now my kids want one. So I have to grab them a Trader TV Live sticker as well. But all good up here today. DraftKings, what I was going to say was 33.50 the bottom. That's the level that we're looking for here in DKNG for our breaking spot. Although VWAP has moved up, we'll still take that out if it does break that level.
Yeah, one of the things you definitely do get, and I see the fun emojis there, guys. When you hit that join, you're gonna get to partake in that. Hey, if you got some ideas that you think would be cool that you want to see up on that chat, let us know. We can add that every single day, anytime you want to. We got a question. I saw it from MGM. Would I be shorting it here? I want to quickly jump to the daily chart, breaking through the 50 period and holding right now on a pullback above that 1765 area, guys. So the reason why I'm not overly excited about shorting and fading this move is I want to see it break back below both VWAP and that 50 period if it's going to try and go to the downside today. So it looks like a normal retracement trade, a little bit more juice to it, maybe coming in as it tries to hold that 1750 to 1765 area when you look at that daily chart. Otherwise, 18 even is going to stand out like a sore thumb to the upside if it ever does break. So MGM, I'm not shorting it here. I look for 1750 for more definitive move to the downside. Hopefully that answers your question on that. We try to get to as many symbols as we can. It definitely helps. If you have become a member, you do stand out there. I want to jump to IZEA, which is making a nice little bottom here. You had the opening range, a pullback to 175, now holding a 175 area. I'm looking to break short on a 175 push. Scalp that one into the actual higher low that it put in at 1030, and then see if we can make a nice little scalp trade there. At this time of day, you want to be giving away your profits. It's just BHC I have to the short side, looking to take IZEA. And Fastly has not tested or broken 86. This could be the price defend we've been looking for.
Yeah, FLSY. We just take out some more NIO here, guys. And yeah, a big shout out Miss V at home today. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. So all those members in no Valeria. So that's good for us, we think. Valeria's been a rock on our show. Her first day she's missed, I think, in like 2 years. So welcome. Thank you so much for that, Valeria, and for keeping up with all the chats as well. Okay, 36.90 here. Watch out for Western Digital today. For me, we absolutely crushed everything. We're not negative on, well, we're negative on NIO, but we've already talked about that over and over again. But the one thing that we want to look out for here would be DraftKings, which we just talked about, and then WDC, maybe taking out the bottom. But just for some education, guys, we're down 17% here, so that's SSR. So what that means is short sale restricted. You're not going to be able to punch through the bottom as this breaks. You got to sort of hope that it comes back up. I see your thought there. Maybe Neil can get to this stock. What is it? CNTQQ. Dr. Williams, thank you again. And look at this, guys. Member plus the super chat there gets you noticed. What up to Stack Beats there? I hope you're dropping some nice beats there. If you are, that's fantastic. Thank you for the membership to Stacks Beats there. We love that music, so keep that coming. Yeah, Fastly, wow, down now 20%. I may actually pick some of this up in my own account later on. Fastly, I love what they're doing. Internet of Things, advertising and whatnot on different platforms and helping people get the message out there. But obviously they come out yesterday, overheated stock. Neil's mentioned that a couple times, and now giving back that 20%.
It's still holding 46, and ideally I did mention I wanted to see it test and break 86 even before going up. It seems like it might just bounce off it, maybe risk 50 cents to $1 to catch this move here, but I want to get to CanTrust. We did have that question about it here. This trades over in the OTC, so this is on the pink sheets. For me, like if you could trade, if you're day trading this, the first thing you're going to note is the lack of volume here. You're going to see a big spike off of the open. It's only done just shy of 1 million shares, and the liquidity isn't fantastic, so a bit of a difficult trade to put on. Hopefully, all the big size I see here on the periphery at OTCX, which of course is OTC Link. Good shout out to our friend Jeffrey Mendel. It does appear there could be a bit of a break under normal circumstances. If it took out this top, you get a gap continue, and then some consolidation at the top. But without volume or size or a catalyst or something to go off of here, going to be difficult for me as a swing. At least when you looked at the daily chart, you know, we are getting a push, you know, above that 40-cent mark in the 50 period. But for a penny stock, I tend not to care as much about that type of play. Just watch out. If you do trade in the pink sheets, liquidity is king. Make sure you've got it before you put size on.
Yep, that's a good note there. CanTrust, a failed cannabis name over here in Canada. They got into some licensing problems and whatnot, so you can trade that. Actually, it's off of the Canadian market now, so you have to trade over there in the pink sheets. Good little look. Here goes Fastly, 87.50 possibly. I like it through 89. Needs to come back up here. If Fastly can get through 89, we'll be on that one. DraftKings coming back from the dead here on a nice move in the futures market. So we may not have that loser that we thought. We've already put this money in our pocket on Fastly, on DraftKings. Look at the bottom, guys. You can see all the profits that we've been making today. They're big and they're bold. So not much to talk about. Well, now it just shows our position short. This is what we've done so far today. Here, I'll put up the scoreboard. BMY, this is P&Ls per share, guys. It's just when you get out, if you get out for $1 winner twice, it's going to count as $2. So BMY, Square, AAL, NIO, see, that's a loser. That's what I'm talking about with the math there. KNDI and DraftKings to go. We're still going to hold on to that one. But as you can see at the bottom today, nothing but winners. We're perfect today. We just messed up on that NIO getting out of too many shares. And now I'm going to put that order in on Fastly, FLSY. That was the stock I was just looking at. No, that's BMY, FSLY over here on New York Stock Exchange. We'll get through that one. 89. So I'm going to keep that order in there. We'll take a break of 89 on Fastly. Other than that, I don't even want to go short. I think it's probably too much done to the downside.
Yeah, we're just getting close. It's 11 o'clock. We're going to get close to coming to Brendan in just a quick second. But I was looking at the Fastly defense at 86. If it comes back down and gives me an entry, great. The other thing we can look at is if it consolidates and then breaks out through this little top that it just put in 87.20, I'm going to be involved that way as well. For the time being, I'm going to maintain. I like it to test the bottom first. And then if we can break back above, I think that entry point is going to be a little bit better. But it is time to go to the big screen with Brendan.
We will still get you updated on European markets today, even though Valeria is at home. Let's have a look at what is happening over in Europe. Yeah, big time negativity right across the board. You can see 1+ declines or 1+ % declines for the most part. The FTSE in London 1.4%. The Xetra in Germany about 0.5% to the downside. The CAC, Milan, and MOEX in Russia. The only one, shout out to Valeria, the only one trying to get back to positive territory. Pretty negative day as far as European markets. I want to show you a couple things that are moving over in Europe. Tenaris TEN on Milan down 4.3% here. This was an earnings report, so they missed on their earnings, so kind of grinding along. Day lows here with 30 minutes. Remember, obviously, 30 minutes to go over in Milan before the close. But TEN looking pretty negative so far today after earnings. One more to talk about in Germany. Another one on earnings that beat 1COV.de up 4.2% after an earnings beat. So a nice look off the open here, touching day highs just as we head towards the close. Again, just 30 minutes to go before the close in Europe. Guys, back over to you.
As mentioned, a couple of ways we wanted to get into Fastly there. It does not break down to 86. It gives a consolidation, then retakes this little top at 87.20. Very, very fortunate as it broke that level, able to go in aggressively across the spread and actually get 18. So 87.18 to the long side. I'd probably add one time in front of 86. That's going to be the kill zone. That's where my stop is going to be. So one long, Fastly. Finally, we get into this one. It took a while, but we finally found a trade that we like in FSLY here, 87.18. I'd probably add at 86.50 or so with an 86 stop. Etsy, similar play, trying to put in the higher low, but not nearly as strong of a bounce yet in Etsy. I was looking at this one and then preferred the setup over in Fastly, just a little bit from a risk to reward standpoint, but very, very similar. I think you'd be giving it to 127.50. I just love the fact that Fastly's already bouncing. I mean, we're in the money like 40 cents immediately on that break, whereas every single test of this 127.50 on Etsy has been met with a slow movement up and then heavy resistance. It's about to come back down. So if I'm going to short something breaking the low, it might actually be Etsy through here at 126.50, and that's where I'll be likely getting out at the bottom on FSLY. Already a nice one. Like I said, it's now 70 pennies in the money. I'm looking to take it out, hopefully in front of some VWAP. We can play this trend, a secondary break, right where Sean was talking about, that 89 for me. It gives you a secondary trade. I'll already be out for profit if we get that, so no worries there. I do want to go back over to BHC, of course. Bausch, I am still in. It did try to break back up and take me out at break even. That has not happened, but it's put a new consolidation lower. I'm going to slide my stop one more time here. We're going to lock in profit this time, so no more break even on Bausch. I'm going to go with a 21 stop. We have 21.22. We're trying to hit the home run after a couple of doubles and a triple on BHC. If it comes back up through 21, we're just going to get out, and it'll only be about a 20-cent win on the second half of the trade. But it's already been my top stock, wow, of the day here. It did surpass Mara. Check that. That's been a good one for 2 days in a row, but not nearly as big as it could have been. But Bausch going to be out on a 21 break to the upside, guys.
$88 coming through here on Fastly. BHC, I was saying, I hear a lot about this today and haven't traded it. Look at what's happening to it, obviously to the downside here. I'm going to pick out some places to go long for you. 2110 probably. I'd rather wait to 2150 upside here, 2150. So I'm going to stay away from that one. DraftKings may come out soon as it's faded back down through. It's touching VWAP right now. Not a horrible spot to maybe get back into this name. We're still in it, but maybe get a little bit more shares right now. What up, Brendan?
City Southern, guys. KSU, a rail operator, huge pop here on big time volume. Going to check on this, but 10% to the upside. This thing just went from 178 to 194. So $20 move there for KSU, guys.
Kansas City Southern, yeah, big rail company there. So we'll find out what's up with them. Thank you, Brendan, for that one. Yeah, DraftKings, as we continue to look here, 33.39. Yeah, we're getting pretty low right now, man. I mean, this is a good little breaking spot. I think this is a good spot to average in here. But I mean, it's going to break soon. So I don't know. Let's just let this thing happen. We'll take a few more shares now and then use a little bit lower. My out right now tends to still be a breakthrough 50. So I think that's pretty good. We'll give it a little bit more room, but let's average into some DraftKings right here, guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're gonna wait for some confirmation from Brendan on this, but it looks like a 220 possible offer from Blackstone. I don't really know. I'm just sort of seeing that on Twitter here. If that is the case, I mean, we're still another 10%. Actually, check that, more than that. We're looking at about 30% from that price. If I look at it here, sorry, yeah, 20% was about right. So KSU could still move to the upside potentially. This is just a rumor. I'm gonna get some confirmation. I don't want to be trading a half blind on KSU there. This is what Brendan's all about, giving you the mover and also going to get you the confirmation on that news. Fastly here, we did grab that 87. 18 is my long trade. It's starting to roll back over a little bit. This could give me an opportunity to buy on a dip. I was liking it in front of 86. I might not get the opportunity if we head northbound, so I might have to pick something back up in the 87.20 to 87.40 range, or maybe even in this consolidation right here, right now. But I'm going to take my shot a second time here at some point in Fastly. And then, like I mentioned, very, very close to getting stopped out on the second half of Bausch, which will only be about a 20-cent win, unfortunately. Fastly, I think we can get a heck of a lot more than that. Going to get some out in front of 89. Then if you can hold through a break of a VWAP 89.50 or so, this could be a real home run potential in the afternoon. The market's in a bit of a range, but it is upside in the last few minutes or so. So we're starting to get the futures behind us on this FSLY trade. Brennan, what do you got?
Yeah, just caution on this KSU so far, guys. This Spanish language website, the only one, it seems, reporting that Blackstone is interested at 220 for KSU. So I'll keep looking, but just be cautious when it comes to actually jumping into this, because right now, this Spanish website, the only one reporting this, guys.
Yeah, that's exactly why you get that confirmation, guys. I mean, look at this. If it's only one source, for me, I'm not going to trust it. Sometimes it's true, but for me, I'm just going to assume that they might have it wrong. There's a trail out on BHC. It's going to be a winning trade, but ultimately, when you try to hit the home run on the trend, at some point, there has to be a pullback you're willing to cover on and get flat. We started this short over here at 22.50 on the way back down, a rollover. We did mention how far this had come, and when the selling is like this in the pre-market, it's just a bunch of bag holders on the gap up on the way back down. At the first pop at the open where I try to get it back up, I'm fading that one, 9 times out of 10. Fortunately, we catch it. Could have had a perfect out at 20.50. I was looking for a break of that price to maybe take us down to that 20 even area. It is what it is. I'm not going long just yet. But I do feel like if this is the bottom and we're going to get a shot of consolidation, maybe catch a price of like 21.50 for a long trade into VWAP on Bausch. The short is done for me. We're going to look for a long trade if we get any kind of a long consolidation around this low at 20.50.
Yeah, 21.45 for me is already locked and loaded. So we'll take Bausch and Lomb long through 21.45 if it can get there. You already know the Fastly trade is already in the building. And look at, this is DraftKings. Obviously, my chart has to load up. Nice little buy here off the bottom. We go long 33.56. It's back to 74 right now. So a nice little 20-cent pickup there back for Donkey Kong here. We did average in from this 34 long. So taking out a couple profits there. We buy it back at VWAP, and then now it's going back to the upside. We were going to give this one to 33.40, like we said, downside. So a nice little recovery play there. Maybe this one won't be a loser after all, and the only one we'd have would be NIO today. But it's been a good one, man. A lot of trades today for us. Thank you so much for all the memberships, guys. Facebook, I see all-time highs. Is that true? Let's just have a quick look. Yes, it is. Wow, 255. What the heck? Brendan, okay, the market's not even really up. What happened to Facebook right here? Probably something to do with Congress, Senate, something. I don't know, but Facebook, wow. Good thing we're holding that stock. Big time win. I'm not holding it here, but nice to see when your own portfolio starts blowing up. And there it goes, Facebook for the win to the upside. Let's see if the other guys are doing it. Mr. Softy here. Let's see what that's doing to the upside today as well. No, that's what I'm talking about. Only basically flat, which makes sense. Same as the market. So that's making a lot of sense. What's not is this Facebook on no news. So therefore, there has to be news. We'll wait to see on this one. I hope I didn't miss it. Well, we obviously missed some kind of news there. But Microsoft, Facebook actually going nuts right now. Upside move on FB. We'll check that out. Brendan will obviously come if there's anything on that. Another stock that's been absolutely crazy. I need to probably get out of this one. That is AMD, man. I'm long at $50 all the way up. We just took that one. Check out the daily chart on this, guys. Not only can I make calls, hopefully, in the market and give you guys profits, obviously today. We'll raise the trophy again here today, guys. We have that, but look at AMD all the way up here to 85. We gave it to our viewers down here at 50 for a long-term hold. I'm long at exactly 50 on this break of 50 that day. Now 86, 87, good little trade there. And look at DraftKings, guys, ripping back upside. We're almost back to in the money right now on DraftKings. What a nice little pickup that was from the bottom.
Yeah, a couple of levels to like here. One, I'm going to be looking at Sono, which is making a bit of a push as their CEO's talking somewhere else that I won't mention. But a 14.50 hard bottom has been put in. It's trying to break back up through VWAP, so watch out for a potential $14.95, $15 even break if it gets there. If it rolls, I'm not going to necessarily short on Sono. Fastly, we did not get our chance to add to it, so still just have 87.18. But the last one before I jump to you, Brendan, Carnival was a breakout at 13.65. It is now bouncing a couple of times off of 13.70. So use either one of those as the stop for me. Probably a reversal to the short side trade, but I'm going to pick up what will hopefully be a little bit of a scalp trade into the higher low. But I'm breaking short. If 13.70 goes at this level here, I'm probably going to reverse into the short side trade. If we get some consolidation, I want to play in either direction. Brendan, what do you got?
The only thing really overly interesting, guys, is this little story here on Facebook. They launched a TikTok clone through Instagram. So this is in addition to the stories feature on Instagram. They're going to have a feature that's called Reels, which is going to be 15-second video clips with audio that'll be in a separate section in addition to the stories called Reels. So Facebook and Instagram launching a TikTok competitor, guys?
Are you for reals? That's crazy. Okay, guys, yeah, follow me here. Yeah, I'm back every day, guys, don't worry. Follow me here on Instagram. Shout out to Instagram right now. We'll be using the for reals section right now. Over 1,000 followers. Thank you so much, Instagram. If you want a little more of a live shot here, I'll put that into our Instagram, into our feed there on the chat. Here's Kevin O'Leary was in the building, and a bunch of fun stuff happening. Oh, I don't want to update my photo. Lots of stuff happening here. Milestones, Linktree as well. If you click on the link tree, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff here. Twitter, our free daily watch list is here. How you watch us on YouTube. Here's our market wisdom. Here's how to break down a few different reports. Earnings season, trading, what's a SPAC, how to trade more gappers. Joined at the desk by Mr. Wonderful. You can click on that and watch this. Here's where Neil and I used to sit beside each other back before that. Watch, here comes Mr. Wonderful right now. There he is. Hey, what's up, Kevin O'Leary? How's it going there? And then we talk a little bit about watches there. We're wearing the big piece right there, Breitling. We got to impress him, right? So he's very impressed. Then I talked to him about whatever watch that was. You see him wearing that on Shark Tank. So follow me on Instagram. Here it is. Linktree blowing up right now. So we're really happy with that. Thank you so much to all of our followers. Hit me up on Insta. I respond to everything. And if you don't have Instagram, Twitter, just as good for that, where I gave you guys that square call this morning. And we continue to grow our followers on Instagram. Lots of direct messages as well. Over 6,100 followers now. Thank you to all the fans.
Just watching for the first time for me. I haven't actually made a trade in KNDI here. Trying to pick my spots. failed break here right through 1025, a little quarter failed break. 1030 is now the new high. I'm anticipating a bit of consolidation between 990 and that price. If it's going to be a roll, I'm looking at 980 to the downside on a short trade. Fastly continues to be the only long that I'm holding with here for a 60-cent win. In Fastly, I'm looking for more than that. Yeah, it's an $80 stock, but it's all about a target. And if you're trading Fastly on a bottom pick here in front of 86, guys, you got to be able to make a retracement all the way back into VWAP for a bigger move here. That's what I'm looking for in FSLY. So it's one of those where, yeah, you can have $1 or so a winner, and then it comes back and turn into a losing trade. But ultimately, you got to know your structure going in. And if it's a long in front of this double bottom low of day, I'm giving it to the low of the day. Otherwise, I'm not making that trade. It wouldn't make any sense otherwise. As far as Carnival Cruise Lines goes, just mentioned that level, that 1370, of course. I'm not going to chase it this far. I did try to catch something in the 70s. I'm not going to chase it all the way to 80 when it's running into this 95 area. It was a failed break at 14 even. If it takes it out a second time, I'll take a shot at it. Otherwise, I'm looking for a 1370 break to the downside. Look, obviously, you've seen a lot of profits made early and it's a little bit slower action. Looking for better setups at this time of day. Why? Because it's lunchtime. For a lot of traders, you're looking to make those moves in the morning. If that is the case, we do have a video that we're dropping today on trading the open, whether that's going to be the pre-market, the first half an hour, the morning rush, we like to call it sometimes, or even the first hour of the day. This is what that video was all about, how you prepare for it, what to look for, what types of strategies are going to work best. So check that one out on our Market Wisdom page. If you like it, definitely let us know, and also let us know what topics you want us to cover in the future. Brandon, what do you got for us, buddy?
Still seeing a lot of talk about this one, guys. Rocket RKT, the IPO today, still hasn't opened, obviously, but we're watching that still. Hopefully, we'll get to have a look at that and trade it a little bit before the top of the hour. The other thing, guys, still no other mention of this story anywhere else for KSU. On the way back down significantly, we got all the way up here to 95.50 or 195.50. It's back to 186. So big time reversal for Kansas City Southern, guys.
Yeah, the longer there's no confirmation here, the more you do think it has a shot to get all the way back to 180. So if it actually, if you get something like a 186, a 189 afternoon range, and suddenly we're staring 1 o'clock in the face off the show, or even in the next 10 or 15 minutes, there could be another sell in this one, and it would be breaking through 186 or 185, and then your target has got to be 181, 182 in front of that 180 where it all started. But keep your ear to the ground, because the second there's another source here, if you're short in this, you're going to want to make sure you're getting right out of it. So have a stop, have a trail, have something if you're catching a break here on KSU. I'm going to be looking for this one through a 185 break if we can catch it. But I have Brendan right here. That's why you want to make sure you guys are tuning in.
1282 here. We're just going to give this one a little bit of room on American Airlines. We do go long here, breaking back above 90. So we tried it, and now we'll see if it wants to continue to go. If not, again, a small position, like Neil said. This is the HFT hour. It's slow, not much happening. You're going to get thrown around, which looks like what's happening here. We thought on another VWAP break upside, but then, look, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this was only going to be maybe to 13, so we'll give this one a little bit of risk right now and get out right now. Actually, if it goes to 1282, we will drop these shares off down at 1282. I just don't want to give it too much room here. We were only looking for a little bit of a break, maybe to 13 on that move upside on that VWAP break. So we're going to wait on that one, not really moving. The only other position we have on is this great reload of DraftKings. What's up, B?
Imagine. We were trading this one a week or so ago, and then again back over in June. They had a couple of government contracts for OLED display screens for military vehicles. So EMAN back to the upside today. This is earnings. So they reported earnings that were better than expected. Guys, up 30%.
I remember them. So look, new position alert here, and we do get the break down on a KSU 185.85. We got to 85.85. I'm going to take a quick little scalp in front of 185 even, and then we're going to see where we can dig in with a structured trade to get that 181, 180, 183 type of area, and it's going to be an area for a target to the downside. Anytime you have a recovery or pullback on news like this, you're sort of pulling at hairs. I know for sure it'll be out in front of where this all started. shorted, but I also know that I have a stop in at all times. If it breaks back up, I'll call it right now about 50 pennies to the upside. I'm just going to get out whether it's news or not. I'm not going to get caught waiting to see if news comes. If news comes, it's going to go to the upside. My stop is locked and loaded to go, but I do have that one on. Fastly is giving some consolidation here, so I was waiting for a point to get back in some shares. It'll probably have to be, like I said last time, at 87.25 to 87.50 or so. Might not get a shot in for 87 even or closer to that where we have original longs. A new position here on KSU and still have that long in FSLY off the bottom market, trying to get back to the highs, but it's mostly sideways action. This is what it's all about, guys.
Yep, and we called that sideways action for you guys a while ago, and yeah, it still comes true right now. There's AAL breaking through 80, and we actually missed our 82 and wind up having to get some 80s and 79s there. So AAL does not go to the moon, but you know what is always going to the moon? Space. So let's go and see what happens here with Virgin Galactic today, a name that we haven't looked at yesterday or today. Looking like it wants to get spacey here. Again, what is this, 1950? I do like 1950 breaks. Was the bottom here in the pre-market. We could get a break now of 1950 on Virgin Galactic. So as I look at more charts, I don't mind this one, a 1950 break on Virgin, and then you can use 1937 or so as you're out. Let's take this one breaking through 1950 right now on Virgin Galactic, as the only trade we have other than this would be our DraftKings, and I like that one as well. So there it goes through 150 through 1950. Let's take this, guys.
Yeah, you know, DraftKings, Penn, either one you want to have here. Just trying to get some shares off of 87.50. I keep saying I want to get more shares of Fastly, and then every time I'm not aggressive enough, so I just missed a shot to get some at 40s. I'm going to have to maybe pick some up in the 60s or low 50s here. It is what it is. I've sort of been chasing this one a little bit, and I want to make sure I have the second entry point that we get. I waited for consolidation. We've gotten it. Well, like I said, take some out in front of that 89, but if we get that break, that's where things could really start to open up. Some people are saying it's brave in KSU, and certainly my plan was to have a relatively tight stop, so I jump into it, and yeah, I'm going to get wicked out. The risk of that is I would rather get wicked out of a short and have it go to 182 than the flip side. I don't have a stop, news breaks, confirming the story, and then it jumps up like $2-3 immediately, and you had no chance to get out. So I'd rather take a shot here if you're going to be a short seller and play it safe. You know, risk under $1 on that trade to try and make 2 or 3, as opposed to I'm just going to sit there holding the short and I'll be able to react to the news. Forget about that. Nobody's that fast. Brennan, what do you got? Spartan
Energy starting to go here, guys. They've looks like shareholders have approved the date by which the company has to complete the merger with Fisker. So February 14th, 21 has now been confirmed as the completion date for the Fisker deal for SPAQ. So big spike here for SPAQ, guys.
Okay, yeah, and look at this. It pulled back right to 12 even of all prices. So look, anytime you get a move up, it already just broke out at 1175. Now looking at that 12 break, able to catch it on a pullback at 1205. I was able to get in here. If it takes out the quarter, great. I can scalp half of it if it doesn't, and then see if we can hold for a bigger move to the upside there. So there goes SPAQ.
Yep.
From what I had read, I didn't think there was any doubt that this was gonna be the case, but bouncing on the news anyways.
Okay, big size here on this IPO, 1789, 1770. Rocket now open. So we have that trade right now. 1807, we took the long. Big size on the offer. Watch out to see where this one blows upside. We can always take some out here. We only have a few shares, but we'll take it to the upside as it wants to go here. Let's see how high Rocket wants to go. It's now open. Having a big problem, man. Watch out on that 17 break. Could be some, 18 break. Could be some issues there, but we'll hold this thing and see how high it wants to go. Upside surprise coming maybe on Rocket. Where's my order at 15? Doesn't seem to want to go. So
yeah, 100,000 on the bid. Sorry, no, check that. 1.2 million on the bid. Look. I didn't even see that correctly. So 1.2 million on the bid. If it breaks, you just got to be able to get out. Bye-bye, right? So as you see it go, my hands weren't even on my keys there, and then just quickly in and out. And look, I mean, it was a great short, but it just came right back to that 18 area. So you're looking to see if I see 18 come back with size anywhere close to what we just saw, I'm going to be all over that secondary push in RKT here, Rocket. But otherwise, I'm going to be hands off for the time being. Maybe check out how expensive shorts are.
Yeah, I was long there, and I crossed down. I got 1770 on the cross, but I had way too many shares.
Yeah, I crossed to 75. But you know what, Sean? This is a good point. On an $18 stock, you might cross 10 cents normally. Nay pas, not on an IPO when there's a lot of juice there. That was a monster level. Everyone and their mother was looking at that bid and wanted to take it out if they had a long in front. So that's what you do. If it bounces, we're probably making a buck on that trade. So you lose 25, 30 cents. Not the end of the world. SPAC here, guys. I want to quickly update this one. It did turn around off of 12.25. I got too picky. Pigs get slaughtered again. I talked about scalping it in front of the quarter. I don't take it out at 20s, and now we're going to face with that $12 price area again. I'm not going to load back in because I didn't get any out in the way up. Maybe I would take that shot if I had taken a quick little 15-cent scalp. I did not do that, so my stop is going to be at 12 here. The pullback trade worked, but you don't make money if you don't take profit, and I did not. I was too excited to get over into that IPO that just came out in Rocket, and we might have thrown away some profitability on SPAQ here.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely threw away a lot of money there on Rocket. I took a lot of shares there, and it breaks, and look where we got out. That's fine. I mean, I wanted to cross down huge. The amount of shares that I had was not holdable for me, so we'll take it again if it does break back above 1810 here. That seems to be a spot that it sort of stopped at last time, so let's take some more shares if it does go back upside, and this time we'll hold till 1750 here on RKT. So we're in again now at 1813, actually. Look at that, holding 1810. Let's see how high this one wants to go up. Looks like it's fading back again off that 18 number. What up, B?
Microsoft, guys, bit of a spike here. Microsoft reports just came out. They're chasing a deal to buy all of TikTok's global business, including the video apps operations in India and Europe. That's from Reuters, so it's coming back a little bit, but bit of a spike on Softy here, guys.
Love Softy, love that name. We're going to put an order to go upside on that names too. Space right now, still going up. It didn't really do much. We've gotten away from it now because guess what? We're back on Rocket again. Right now we have SPAC, Space, Rocket, and DraftKings, a whole bunch of new names. Look at DraftKings putting us back into the money right now off of this great long. But right now we're focused on RKT, Rocket right now going to the upside. We're long at 1813. I don't know how much gas there's going to be into this. The high was 1890. I don't actually think that happened, but here we go to the upside, making a little bit back on what we gave up. Damn it, man. I had a lot of shares down here when it first opened. Unfortunately, it does crack and we miss. But right now, 1840 was the high rate there.
Yeah, it just got up to that price. Not a buyer that I see yet, but obviously some defense of that same price down at 18. You're not going to see $1.2 million likely show up at tipping its hand, so obviously one more time. But I think the other play you can make is to look for offers and do quick scalp trades, maybe breaking 1850 on the way to 19. You do have what could be what I think might be some support there at 18 level. Anyone that takes 1.2 million shares out and then we bounce back recovering from that, I think that's a decent sign here. But if it breaks it one more time, I don't know that I'll be chasing the long here on Rocket. But I'm looking for 1850 scalps to the long side and want to check in those shorts again.
Yeah, let's go Rocket side. Get some fuel behind it here on the upside. We take the long again, so here it is. Again, it needs to go up a lot because we did take too many shares initially here on the IPO of that, and then we get out for a bad price at 1770. It goes all the way down to 1750 on that break. So now we're just trying to get some more out here as it wants to hopefully continue to go to the upside on this one. I'm going to target 19-ish anyways. We just took a hit on that. So now we got some out 30s there, and it's just bouncing around like crazy. So watch out here for Rocket. Hopefully you guys are having some fun on that one. Space is about to come out. Look at that drop down. I guess people taking money out of Space now and putting it into Rocket maybe. Rocket Mortgage there we'll see coming downside now is Space near our kill spot right here of 1930. So we're getting close to being out of that one. Rocket still going up, and Spackety Spack breaks through 12, and we get out on that one. Yeah. We tried in again, out now, so holding small on SPAC, but let's go. My whole day right now, we need to make it all back here on RKT, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, that's SPAC for me. Look, it's going to be a tale of should have just focused on this and not jumped into what was an exciting IPO. I think it was a good shot at that million share buyer, but we're gonna get out once it breaks 12. I think there might be a secondary play here. If I get any chance to buy where this news started at 75, I think that's going to be a reasonable play. The other long we're looking at, of course, if 86 breaks on Fastly, you know that's my kill zone on the stock. So our average price now sitting at 87 even. which is pretty much according to plan. The way we got there is a little bit odd, but it's an 87 even with an 86 stop, so we're risking the dollar. Our first out is going to be if it breaks through 88 definitively in front of that little VWAP. So you're looking for about $1 on your first target area, and then hopefully breaking through that 89.50. It's a bottom pick play, $1 worth of risk to see if we can't get at least 2 times that. But Fastly, the only mover and shaker I got on, but I am still looking at that RKT. That was a very deceiving move on a break, because when you get a wick down like this, that was almost all stop orders that got taken out there to the downside. So I'm going to look for a break of 18.50 and start scalping this thing in front of 18 even. So either we get a defensive 18, or I'm just going to quickly take breakout trades to the upside. 19 was where it turned around, got to 19.80, but 19 was where it failed the second minute of the move.
Let's see if it can keep going, man. If I get 19s, we'll be nicely huge on that stock now. So we're going to wait to see on it. I'm waiting here in the 40s, see if we can't get some out here. 47 is where we're waiting, all the way up to 45, though. Why am I waiting at 47? Random price, but I like to get out some before 50. So just pick 47 now. Bouncing off of 40, though. Let's see if it wants to get to 50. The magic number there, 1850 on RKT, going upside now. Like I said, we did take a hit initially. We go long, get some out there at 18.10, which was nothing for 10 cents, but then we take a 30-cent hit on the remainder. There it is, out at 48. Let's just keep on going, 47. Let's just keep on going upside here. A nice little win to go on Rocket. Let's go. Let's take off right now. Rocket to the moon here. Come on, let's get through 18.50. We can have that, then we'll be back into this driver's seat on this one. So Rocket, nice little move to the upside. Let's see how high this one wants to go, guys.
It's just finally got through that 50, but I'm seeing just a horde of dark pool prints. So 50 was off the offer. It was all dark pools coming in, holding that level, so not triggered into any breakout longs there. That's why you want to have direct market access, guys, because a lot of people might have thought 1850 broke. Nay, pa. There was no offer, but there was still some dark orders chewing it up. I still think it's going to be a nice opportunity through that break, but otherwise we're defending 18. I'm not touching the middle end of this range. Looking for this 1850, which just keeps on refreshing to finally go, and we can get in and hopefully quickly out for some scalp trades.
Go.
There we go. It's finally breaking that price. And anytime I see a level like that, you got to make sure you take some profit.
Boom.
I just got half out on a quick little scalp trade. We talked about the process there. Hopefully the rest will get us to 75 and then to 19 even, that little break. But a nice defense at 18. For me, I'm going to start breakout trading this stock only.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, good idea. Here we go to the upside. Nice little trade here. We're nicely in the money, 50 plus cents here on RKT. I have an order at 90 to try to get out here. That's probably a little bit egregious, but we'll see. We don't want to get slaughtered, as you guys know. Pigs do, so we've been taking it out all the way. Banging of a trade here on Rocket. Let's see. Now it looks like it wants to fade back. Let's take some more out there as we do. Nice little out there, 64. We didn't take 75s. We're still waiting for 90s. There's the break back down now below 1850. Let's see if it can hold. Looks like it does. Now we'll continue to go upside on RKT. My next out, I have a few orders at 60, 67, and then the big one over there at 90, trying to make that dollar on this. And here it goes, taking it out, scalping it out. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Superman is back. We took a hit on this trade, but now we're going to the upside on this one, making everything back. This is how we do, guys.
Yeah, I just quickly got in and out there on that same trade there. Got about to 65. I got top wick, but I want to get over to one other move. There's only about just under half an hour left, and I think I'm watching Viacom with a failed break at 27.50. Anytime you do break a level like that and then immediately fade back in and then has this little bottom at 27 even, I think it's a nice little structure to be able to grab this retracement short. It was a big sell off of the open before recovering to this price. So I'm looking at a short right here, right now. 27.55 is going to be the out here, just a couple of pennies off of that little high, and then we'll work it down to 27 even, and then a secondary breakdown to 27. Flat market, I'm going to look for sideways action to give me some retracement shorts through lunchtime. Viacom's one. Brendan, what do you got?
GM popping here as well, guys. Lots of things popping up late in the morning, to say the least here. 2% move here on GM. Just went from 26.50 up to 27.20. Huge volume spike as well. Going to check on General Motors, guys.
GM, yeah, maybe spiking off some of this Nikola news. I don't know, some SPAC news there, maybe with Fisker. We'll have to see what GM is doing right now. We do take some more out. I mean, look, this breaks back down below 1840. So we're going to give this one a little bit of room now, but Rocket now making its move back down. Maybe that was the high there. We'll wait to see on Rocket Mortgage. Don't know if we like it through 18. Probably just tap out through 18 and then go long again and give it one more shot. But we're still hella long on this one. We have about 35% of this spot on right now. A bunch of nice outs there. Unfortunately, it did break that 18 before coming right back. So let's see how high this one wants to go now. Rocket Mortgage still rocking up and down and around. DraftKings not doing much. We did get, like, what kind of an out is that again? This is like today, we'd be way bigger if we just didn't get some of these crazy outs. We get out of some there on space, and now it goes right back to the upside. So we do like space going more here. If the market does want to go, we'll take that. SPAC, Donkey Kong, and Rocket Ship is what we have on right now. And it's been a big trade there on RKT. Let's hope it can keep on going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking at it. It was trying to get back down towards that 18 even for a defense. I feel like wherever it puts in a bit of a bottom with any real consolidation is going to be the level. Right now, it looks like 1835. I prefer the 18. I'm looking for breaks. So if I see on level 2 a 75 area where I have a big enough offer, I'll take that break as well and do the same thing we did here. Just grab 20 cents on every single move through those breaks here as we're waiting for that. Did get that Viacom short, so that's in the money 10 cents. We're taking more than that. I want it down to 27 even. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, Sean nailed it on the head. GM spiking up here, guys. They're talking, or rumors flooding around, that they're going to spin off their EV operations. So all electric operations of GM, they're thinking about spinning off into a separate company, guys.
So not just a pretty face here, eh, Brendan? There we go. Yeah, trader and knowledge of everything automotives. No, just joking. We'll wait to see here as we go upside. Maybe I'm a mortgage expert here today as Rocket just keeps on rocking and rolling. 75, 76, 77. We're long at 1813. I got an order up here at 90, right where this bad boy is. Let's change that to 1880 maybe. That probably comes a little sooner than 90. Mathematically, it should anyways. We'll see if we can get out a little bit right now. There it goes, just dropped down another 20 pennies. Let's wait to see 75, maybe a resistance spot here on Rocket.
Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe there's a short on that trade. Look, again, if you want to short in Rocket, you're going to have to pay for that privilege. I have loaded up some shares and I'm ready to go if I do see a good enough turn, but nothing yet, and I don't like those quarters. I do want to get to Viacom. I tried to quickly slip this one into you as it was happening to interrupt that Rocket trade because I did see the setup I liked. It's now just broken VWAP here, so I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth again. I'm just going to take out half of the trade in front of VWAP. I'm still looking for a break on Viacom at 27 even, and we got 27.32s here. I'll either get back in the 40s on a pullback with the same high of days and out, or I'm going to be adding to this position on a 27 break. So I had to quickly jump in. I didn't want this one to go without a chance to let you guys know that we wanted the short on Viacom.
Okay, GBTC, FNMA, we're looking at everything here to see if we can't find you guys a trade to put everybody back. Look at Square, guys. This one did have a move down. Square still, no, Bristol Myers still my number one stock. Obviously, it would easily have been Rocket if it didn't break, but it did. Square back to the downside right now. We're looking at this one. I don't mind it, but it's got to break well back above right now. We need to break above 150, 150, so we'll see if that one can come down now to a spot that we like, but 151.50 and change there on Square. If we can get that, then we'll be laughing all the way. Look at Facebook, and Facebook for the win, guys. Anybody that has that one, there it is. What a banger. And boom, we slap our face here on Facebook because it just keeps on going to the moon right now. We don't have any of this. This is what I told you about TikTok's valuation and why Microsoft needed to grab this thing. Look what happens when Facebook mentions a little bit about Instagram having some TikTok capabilities. This thing just adds billions probably in market share here today. Straight up $10 today for Facebook. Making those moves, guys. What a good day for Mr. Zuckerberg and company as Facebook, new highs, all-time highs, 259, ripping upside. What a great day to be along any of these tech companies besides Western Digital. You're still moving upside right now in Facebook. What a great trade for that one. Rocket Mortgage not giving up either. We have a lot of outs, but two ins. wins, bang, bang, all the way up here. Embarrassing that we got out there, but here it goes to the top side. Watch out, RKT. Should have got out of half there, not everything, but oh well. Let's go.
SPAC is trying to make another bounce here off of VWAP. I like it much better at 1175, but I think this defense isn't the worst idea in the world either. You can use a pre-market break price at 1190 as an entry point, and then maybe 1185 to the downside, and then dig in a little bit deeper to an 1175 push on SPAC. We did take one shot. I think if I get in again, definitely going to take that 10, 15, 20 cent scalp. It's a $12 stock. We stared that in the face. Didn't take it the first time. Horrible decision making. So I will get back in this consolidation with a 10-cent stop or so, depending on the price we get in, and then try to get it out, some in front of 12, and then a secondary push maybe to 12.10, 12.15 area. Viacom still in that half of the position. If it breaks 27, adding on a 27 breaks. I'm getting more short, not covering it in Viacom, already taking the profit that we will in front.
We're still waiting for Rocket to break 19, and when that does, then you'll hear something popping off, guys, because when that does happen, we are long still at 18.13. We've only got a quarter of our position, on from this initial long, initial long was 18.06, then we took it again at 13. Now we're ripping to the high side. We pigged out 90 there. We'll see if we can get some 90s on board, and then we'll watch it breaking through. $19 here as it can go. And there it is. There's 90s. Should have waited for that. Here comes 19 on rocket ship. So we're going to take off like a rocket ship and slap our face here because this could have been a monster. We could have turned our whole day around. Unfortunately, it does break there and we get out of too many, but we're back on that board, back upside now. $19. Here it comes. Some size there. It's just going to crush through 19. How high will she go? We do not know, but good little trade here on rocket. Probably the biggest of the day. Long 18.13. Now let's go.
Quickly looking at Sono here, there goes Fastly through 86 out, but not yet short. My aggressive short was not aggressive enough trying to cross down. It's already 50 pennies if you got that one. I'm going to look see if we can play a pullback on that name there. But the other break to the downside was just Carnival Cruise Lines. 1370 I talked about, 1370 we took to the short side. Got 68s here. We looked at this bottom that it put in. I talked about it. If it rolls over shy of 14 secondary break, we jump into the short trade. That's exactly what we did. We'll take some out on the way down, first at VWAP, and then down around 1350. If we retest this opening range bottom, certainly going to be all out of that short for a nice little afternoon scalp trade, or lunchtime scalp trade, and then see if it's going to be a trend in the sideways market. Nice little break on an identification of a range in the top of CCL here. We'll see if we can't get some out first in front of 60s and then 50s.
Okay, J&J right now, some news on them. Stung by court ruling reviewing talcum powder suits. So we have that news on J&J. We'll see here. It doesn't look like it's making that big of a move off that news, so we'll wait to see. Obviously, that's not doing anything. I thought they already settled some of those, so we'll wait to see what happens with J&J now with the talcum powder suits. We did get a big bump from their stock yesterday, and again, I'm a big holder of J&J. It moved sideways, but we're collecting that dividend as we go. So J&J right there, we'll tweet that out. I did want to give a big thank you to everybody that started following me on Instagram. Thank you so much for that. Almost 1,100 now followers over there. And also, if you do want to get me a little more personal side, send me any questions. We don't really have a way to communicate other than the chat. You could send me some love here on Twitter. 6133 right now. Thank you again for all the followers there. Let's just see how high Rocket Mortgage wants to go. It's trying to break through 19. It did. It got as high. It didn't get 1980. It got as high as 1908 there. So
that was off the open. I think that 1980 price that you see. So it's ignore that for now. It was a one wick to the upside right at the open.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get some out here before. If it gives us 91s, 92s again, we'll take some of those out. There it is. 92 on the out. Now we'll wait. We're gonna hold the rest of Rocket. We've already taking this one for a ride, and here it goes. Our next out, 1940. We'll see if we go above 1950, but there it is, a dollar winner as we pop a wheelie right now on Rocket Mortgage. Big time win. Everything today smoking for us, man. Square, KNDI was a monster winner. Let's check back in on KNDI right now. We get in there one time, 53, out 85. It does go to 10 and change, but we're still rocking on that. And then there's the fail at 19. That's pretty much a failed break. If it does break back down below and then retest this level, 1885, 1884. But I'm going to hold out for Rocket, see how much higher this one wants to go. big time win here, $1 plus in the moolah.
Yeah, similar level to what we just saw in CCL, the one that we've had basically this entire time on Etsy, that 127.50, it is under threat here, maybe like 30 cents higher, 30, 40 cents higher than this one. We're going to catch a break at 12.75. Remember, we do have that actual low $1 below that price, so you're going to scalp out some, at least I'm going to scalp out some in front of it, and then look for a secondary push on Etsy here through the low of the day. We just saw Fastly break it slow. Etsy could follow suit if we get a 127.50 break. I'll be short that price when it happens. Only about 15 minutes to go, so you got to pick your spots. That's why you're looking at the high flyers that were on our watch list this morning that are still doing movement and volume, and of course the IPO, which is in play. Everything else, if it's not moving, not touching it.
Yep, okay, and here goes Rocket. That's why we're getting excited. It went to 19. Realistically there, it did get up as high as 19.25. We're now $1.05 in the money on what we have left here. It's about 20% or so of the position. Let's see what happens here, breaking through 19.25. This almost looks like it wants to halt. It's not going to halt, but this is sort of what a halt looks like when size starts building up. But here we go. It's just going to crush this 19.25. I definitely see $20 in this stock's future. So we're long nicely right now. Let's see how high up it wants to go. We're trying to get some out at 40, just ahead of 50 in case the same sort of stall action does happen there. Looks like we'll get our 1940s very soon. And what a big trade here on board. I hope you guys like that right there. Yeah, let's take it over, guys. Big time trade as we get a little psychedelic. We can't believe that move here on Rocket today. Straight up to the upside. Let's see 1940, then 1950. Then we'll see if we can get to $20, guys.
Yeah, another retracement. So you have rocketing to the upside. You do have a lot LVS coming back down, and here's another level, very, very similar to what I just pointed out in a couple of names. One of them being CCL, 44.75 about to break, and this will give you a scalp trade to the downside here once it breaks. I'm going to be all over that as well. So a few shorts on pullbacks at lunchtime. Brennan, what do you got?
We talked about plug power right off the bat this morning. Huge mover right from the word go. It was up in the pre-market here, but we mentioned it right off the open. But day highs here for plug power for anyone following along. Still kind of grinding its way to the upside after earnings, guys.
Plug. You just cannot seem to stop that one to the upside here. Look, you get this little break, and I don't necessarily I like these breaks of opening range highs, fail, tries to get through again, but 11.25 is staring you in the face. So you take that maybe at 11.20 break, and it goes 4 cents in the money, and then you wonder why it turns around. Well, if it shakes some people out, maybe it's a chance to pick it up in front of 11, or you just play the 11.25 break with 70,000 shares or 80,000 shares on the offer, and I'll catch that breakout. I like it a little bit better. Take out some shorts and then go long there.
And bang time, nice little trade up to 1974. Guys, that's $1.70 win there on Rocket. So today you've had a couple dollars on Square early. This Square trade 149, out here 152. That's $3 on that. BMY, you get a big win today. That's $1 clean on BMY today for a big win. You get AAL big wins today. You get Candy. You get everything today. Lots happening right now. Rocket to the moon. It just keeps on going, and it's falling down money for your boy here as it just keeps on ripping. I hope our traders on the floor crush this one. Unfortunately, this was a hard part. We're still not making that much money on it, but now we're going to the upside. Let's see if it breaks 20, 21, $22. Rocket making those moves upside. What a great day to trade this IPO. Unfortunately, it does break that 18, scares us off, but we don't get scared. We get right back in, and now we're making those moves. We're pretty light on this one. Only one spot left to get out, guys.
Yeah, and speaking of not scared to get back in, going to take a shot here at SPAC, of course. We talked about if it gets back to that 11.75 range, we'd pick some shares up. I just did so at 82s. Again, you just look at where this whole move starts. It's now retraced almost 100%. You get some consolidation in this range. You get a pullback. Hopefully, this is now an 80 to 12 even range, and we'll play this, get that 15-cent profit that we looked and did not take last time. We'll rectify that mistake here. With only about 12 minutes to go, guys, I do want to remind you that we are dropping a video today. It has been a little more exciting due to the IPO and some fast movers in the last hour, but a lot of you guys are going to be trading that morning, making your living off that first half an hour or hour of the day, the pre-market. We're dropping that video on Trading the Open, making a living off of that. So check out our Market Wisdom page. We'll be dropping that link in the chat as well. So if you like it, definitely hop over there and give us a comment, whether up or down. What do you think we should cover in the future? Certainly, is always going to help. check that one out for you guys. We try to put those together. It's about learning. It's about growing the community. It's about educating everybody, because I don't care how long you've been trading. You can always learn something, guys.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm learning that I should have held Rocket upside here, guys. But what an exciting day, needless to say. We just keep on making that money for you. And hopefully you've been joining us. You can see the profits down below on everything that we do have. So you can see not only our positions, but also the profits that we've been making. I hope you're all able to see that. It's been a big day today. Thank you to all our new members. It's a big membership day for us. I did want to thank that to all of you guys out there, for females, males, traders in general, bots, whoever's becoming a member. Thank you so much for that. It's been a big show. We continue to go rocket now, up to 20, man. If it breaks 20, hells to the yeah, watch out. We're still long this one, 18.13, $2 now in the money. Well, $2, let's call it 180. Right now in the money, we'll see how high it does want to go, but I hope you're able to get this one too, Brendan. I know it's tough up there at the desk, but thanks for letting us know that this opened up. That's what it's all about. Look at Apple as well. Apple making moves higher now. On the day, a big breakout of Apple, and as a shareholder, again, that's a banger. Everybody probably owns Apple, and if you don't, wake up. You should have owned it about $100 ago or $200 ago, but here is upside on Apple, still making that move. Nicola, you brought us GM earlier, Brendan, making a move. We're going to check out on that one, but Nicola right now trying to get some bottoms here, 37.30, maybe a little bit of a bottom. Not interested in this, just not moving around right now. Nicola kind of putting us to sleep.
GM just doing exactly the same SPAC just did. You had the spike in the news. It came all the way back. It's given up basically 100% of the spike, if you guys are following along here. So if you want to defend similarly what we just talked about in SPAQ, if you want to defend 26.40, not an unreasonable look in my opinion. I don't necessarily think I want to double down on the same play, very similar play. Thank you there, Tommy DeBurnburn. You guys are getting really creative with these names. I think it's a lot of fun. Have fun with it. That's one of the best parts about being a member, is you can certainly have fun with the emojis, engage with us a little bit easier on that chat. It's hard to follow. And that's due to you guys, because the engagement's been fantastic. And of course, look, we have a lot of trades that we're putting on. The market does not sleep. I love the fact that we get names from you that maybe we haven't watched today. And GM, for me, not going to be putting the trade on here, but I would take a shot maybe at that 1240 level if you do like it. I do want to quickly jump back over to Etsy here. We do have only 10 minutes to go, and I'm going to be watching that same level, 127.50. Yes, it put in a low at 126.50, but I like this break. If it takes that out, we're going to take a shot shorting it. I don't know when it's going to come. Also, plug, about to break my 11 quarter. I'll be going long. Those are the only two things I'm looking to put on in this lunchtime hour, other than the small positions we have left in CCL. Viacom, of course, we took that short, already made some cash. I'll add to that at 27 if it breaks.
I did like that. I think it was King Screech or something like that. He said, I told you, Rocket. There it is, King Geach. I told you Rocket would rocket. Yeah, good call. I hope you guys are all along there. If you made some money, let us know. Green all week. There it is, pro day trader. Became a member. You've been watching all week and you're green. So thank you so much. Another member there, Tommy DeBurnburn. Thank you for that. Neil mentioned that. So thank you to everybody for membering up and supporting the show. It does mean a lot to us. We are letting Rocket Ship go here, hopefully to the north side as it wants to continue its rocketing move up here. 1960, it's day high, almost 20, 1994. Let's see if it gives it one more push up there. We're long this name at 1813. So hopefully you guys are with us on that as it just keeps on rocketing upside. Big trade alert for sure here. That's all I've been talking about this last hour for good reason. Watch out, 1950. It's chewing through shares. They didn't probably even IPO 50 million shares, but it looked like it'll do 100 today. Rocket moving upside.
Yeah, just got the break on plug here. 25's already going to scalp out of the first third of it. We'll work the rest out in front of 1150. See how far it wants to go. As far as the dip buy goes, it gave you a failed break of that range once. I'm not going to take a dip in a situation where it's already shaken people out and successfully done so all the way back to VWAP. But Brendan has something for us here. What do you got there?
One we haven't looked at yet today, guys. Restaurant brands, QSR here to the downside. They reported earnings that were worse than expected. Obviously, closures because of the pandemic. They're talking about store closures specifically when it comes to Tim Hortons in Canada because of the slower pace of recovery, specifically with Tim Hortons. So one to possibly look at for the rest of the day here. QSR obviously dual listed. You can look at it in the U.S. It's worth mentioning though, The market itself has done a whole lot of absolutely nothing today. So directionally speaking, definitely weaker than the market for QSR, guys.
And I think that's why you want to watch us, because we've had big winners here today. I keep going over them, but you guys know all the names: AAL, BMY, and Square, all off the open. And since then, we waited for Rocket Ship, and it took off. So Rocket Mortgage still looking for that $20 level to come through. We may even go longer if it does break through 20, but I'm noticing it is having some problems up here. So watch out if you are thinking about any longs here on RKT. Not sure where this one wants to go, up or down from here, but it's bounced a couple times at 20, having a problem at 1975. I don't want to drop it. I want to keep it for the run through 20, because I think if we get 20, we probably get 2050 on this name as well. So let's watch out here for Rocket. Nothing but love for you to the upside right now, making that move. So let's see what it wants to do. Looks like it's trying to go one more time here.
Yeah, I just want to quickly note that we, of course, got that story on KSU. I slipped in and out for what's going to be a small trade in the grand scheme of things. But again, you want to watch out for the news. You just want to look to everybody. If you are trading this name, you got to make sure if there's any confirmation of this deal and it's true that it's $220, it is still trading at a pretty serious discount to that price. Obviously, it wouldn't go right to 220 if it was a cash deal, but I would watch out very heavily. You look at a level like this at 189, and it does seem a little bit enticing to catch a breakout trade, because there's two things. If there's a confirmation and it breaks that price, man, if you get it, it's going to be fantastic, probably a $4 or $5 winner instantly. Otherwise, it could just shake out some shorts as well. So I would watch the news heavily, but I do like this coming through 189. Just taking a quick shot on KSU here. Look, you're playing the price action a little bit. I'm not sure there's going to be any kind of a secondary push. If there's going to be a real story, I think we might have heard it by now. But just in case, you want to watch for that 189 level, guys.
And we're still watching for Rocket Ship here, as it looks like it wants to go through 20. If it does, I may take a little bit more there through that $20 level. Not quite sure what we want to do yet, but we do have the long still at $18, $13, $1.70 now in the money, and just waiting to see what the upside looks like in this name. So, I mean, the upside's already here. It's already up 10%, but we did have that nice little open at 18 with 1 million plus shares on the bid. That got chewed up, and then we took a little bit of a loss on a bigger position than we took initially. So now we make that back and we go upside here on Rocket Mortgage. I am going to take a little bit more shares on a 20 break. So just to let you guys know, that is my initial plan. Take more shares on a 20 break, but we has to break there first. We'll hold what we have now in case we miss that 20, guys.
Yeah, I'm actually going to give a shot here to maybe fading in front of that 20. It's put in, I apologize for these wicks, some dark pool prints coming down at 18 there, but it's put in a high at 20 and now trying to fail lower. I think that gives me the first shot. I've only gone long 3 times here, a couple of breakouts, and of course that first look, which was a loser, but I'm going to take a shot here shorting in front of 20. Even hard stop, if 20 breaks, I'm out. A reversal to the long is going to give you a scalp trade for me. Certainly could be worth a hold, but the lower high here, at least temporarily, gives me a first entry point to the short trade, and we had to pay for the privilege to short an IPO there. That's an advantage here at Day Trader of the World that we have. So if you don't, you might not always be able to join along in these trades, but we'll give you the ideas that we're working with as well, guys.
Yep, exactly. And I like I said, I think that's a good play through $20 shorting right now. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it does not, want to go through 20. But like I said, we're here just in case it does. We'll hit that one for hopefully a decent win on that side of things. I did not pay for short, so we'll wait to see if it does fade back. And here it comes back down. We're light on this one, guys. It's like 5% of our position. That's why we're not super excited about this move right here. But we are really excited about the action that we were getting through this level. $19 on the break. What's up, B?
It is about that time, guys. I see our good friend Raheem Alani just behind the camera over there. Hey, Raheem. Hope you're well. Let's talk about earnings, guys. We're getting to the end of earnings season, but still some names to talk about at least. Coming up after market tonight and before the open tomorrow. A few on there that might give us a trade.
Yeah, I don't know. A TripAdvisor maybe. Lots of stuff happening, obviously, in the travel space. So you have TripAdvisor there.
Yeah, booking as well.
We'll probably miss a few EOG Resources there into the limelight now with oil making moves once again. So EOG Resources, a big name there. I know there's a lot of hedge funds and whatnot like that name. So a few big ones there. Motorola, I don't know, Con Edison. There's big names there, but we'll have to wait to see what their reports do give us. And here we go. Rocket Ship making those moves again to 20 bucks, guys.
Yeah, I did take that short, of course, guys. We're going to be out of here in just a minute or so, but I have the short basically at 56 as an average price. So it's flat right now. It's going to be a hard stop at 20. I am positioned to be able to add. I was trying to get some in the 70s. If it rolls over, first target here, and again, this is an ugly chart because of the dark pools, Prince, about 25 first target, second at 19. If it breaks that price, I'll hold on to a small bit to see if it gets a bigger move to the downside there. Plug is also still going to the upside, so watch out. It's an 11.25 break. It's only gone a few cents for now, but I think we can get to that 11.50 mark a little bit later on in the afternoon.
Man, no Valeria, but we still probably have, or maybe we don't have what day it is today. Okay, we do. All right, so why don't we go see what day it is then, if that's all ready to rock and roll with only a minute left here, guys. There it is. Oh, IPA day. Okay, I'm feeling that. I don't know. IPA is not my favorite, but I do like the day. Always great to sit on a patio right now, especially here in Toronto and Ontario. Most of Canada now in stage 3. Thank God for that. Raheem can go take me out for a beer at some point, and we'll get an IPO.
No pressure there, Raheem.
Use the expense account, damn it. Okay. Yeah, all about that there. So we'll go with that. I like an IPA. Prefer like a Pilsner, but IPA will wet the whistle for sure.
If it's beer and it's cold, I'm in.
I'm with you, Brennan.
And when Raheem drops the, down
especially if somebody else is paying for it, right? That's look, free is always
Raheem.
a good price there. Thank you in advance, Raheem Alani. We'll maybe get you back on at some point. But look, it's been a fun one today. Of course, everyone holding it down. Exciting trades to be had throughout the entire session. Thank you to Rocket for the IPO that we could actually trade for once. Big shout out to Valeria, who is at home and all over that chat, as I do see. So we give her a little shot. She can't give the heart. I think it's something like, this is how it goes? It's like, there we go. We'll give the Valeria heart there. Got to go down the line. A fantastic morning as always. I know you're in a trade, of course, Rocket. We're both in this one. It's been a fantastic opportunity there, Sean. Thumbs up to you. You gave an update, but I don't think you gave me.
I didn't really touch the water, but the water today brought to you by your boys at tradertv.live. You got a sticker on there. You can get that on our merch page. So yeah, no, I'm in lots of trades. It's been obviously a successful day here on Trader TV Live. Catch us tomorrow, guys.
Absolutely. Brendan doing a great job, especially, of course, we got that story coming through multiple fronts when it comes to GM. We saw SPAC. I mean, how many times did you hit us with a goal today? I can't even count them, Brendan.
Just watching Twitter here, guys, seeing a bunch of headlines on Twitter. Just watch Twitter. If you're trading it, some headlines coming across right now, guys. But yeah, that's not the right symbol. So we'll end the show. How about that?
That's what he does. Even on the way out, giving you news on Twitter. Watch out for that. As always, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. See you tomorrow, guys.